We're getting text messages that our streaming's not working, by the way.
I don't want to see the west side
watch.
one. The one you talked on the west side.
Harold Trace, you've been in that rink.
That's the one where they're kind of teed to each other, right? They're not side by side, they're teed.
Yeah, it's like...
and they got the old Habs dressing room in there?
Absolutely, yes.
A private dressing room in there as well as...
No, there's like 6 private rooms in that
And they
one.
got a junior B team out of there as well, right?
2 junior B teams, I think, run out of there. Maybe all 3. Quakers, Royals, Wesleys.
That's it.
Out of there.
Yeah, they all play out of the same barn. Nice.
Yeah. So, Kate, where is it here?
Well, that chews up a lot of your ice time right there. You know, when you got 3 junior B teams plus their practices in there. Do they have a AAA team out of there too?
The Blazers play there. Then they play out of SaskTel Center a bit as well. I think they're trying to adopt the SaskTel Center thing. So that's Schro Arena. Here, everybody out there plays rec hockey. Wrap your head around this. A bunch of buddies play in this.
Yeah.
I've been in a couple of these rooms. Schro Arena has no minor hockey. They have 2, not academies, like skill development programs that run out of there. They built a gym upstairs. Their 60 and over division starts at 8 in the morning. Okay? So 8 in the morning that runs during the day, obviously. Then there's a 50 and over division. Then there's a 35 and over division. Guess how many of those hockey teams, I got to pull it up here, have dressing rooms at the Schro? This is going to blow your mind.
No, it's not, because this is where I think if you were going to do this is the business model I'd go after. I'll bet you just about all of them have some sort of permanent facility, locker, dressing room, something there.
I'm going to pull it up. I think it's 29 or 39 dressing rooms.
I think that's the way to go. I think it's brilliant. Now, not only do you have them, you can charge them the ice surface, you can charge them the dressing room rental. You also have them from a concession standpoint. You've probably put yourself in beer sales in there, right?
No, they have their own barbecues. They have their own pizza ovens. They have their own hot dogs.
So they don't do anything then.
Schro doesn't care.
They manage the ice.
It is. It's 39 dressing rooms for either the 60 and over, the 50 and over, or the 35 and over. 39 private rooms. So
plus the junior teams.
Talking to the one buddy, the old pros. Yeah. I've been in theirs. Then I don't know if you know Kevin Marishak, golf pro, really good hockey player back in the day. He's like, you got to come up and play with us. So he pays. I hope he won't care if I mention this, for his team. They pay $1,000
for the dressing room.
They pay $1,000. They get 50 skates, $20 a skate.
Okay.
And they keep their gear there all year. They never bring it home. Summertime, it just stays there.
They have a fob to get in and out or whatever?
Yeah. They have a beer machine, kind of like a
vending machine?
Buckaroo had at the cabin.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Kerry
Hyde.
Yeah, Kerry Hyde. Yeah.
They got a beer machine and a fridge. I think they have another hot dog roller and all that. $1,000, $20 a skate, which is the going rate if you want to go twirl. And you got your own room. You never bring your stinky gear home. No one at home is ever gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then 39 there. Gemini's got, I think, 4 or 3 private rooms, not many. Twin, there's 3 there. Latrace has, I want to say, they got to be 5, 6, 7, 8-ish.
Yep.
We don't have any private, let alone private rooms. We don't have private ice sheets.
So do you think the benefit to them, one, is that they got to have two sheets? They got to have 2 sheets to make it work, right? They can't do it with a single ice sheet. I would see the 2 sheets being of a benefit. I agree with you. If they don't want to worry about the sale of stuff within the rink, don't worry about it, right? If they don't want to, because that can be a headache, trying to manage food and drinks and all the rest of the concessions. And then, on top of that, if you're renting out those dressing rooms, a lot easier for you to clean. You don't have to go through them each and every time somebody comes through the dressing room.
They clean their own room.
That's their responsibility.
They clean their own room. And usually, I've been in the Agri-Twin one. The Hornets let our Pee Wee team use it the one year. Fantastic. Clean. Some of them have laundry in them. Like, I know some of them in Latrace. We're getting a text message.
That's a good way to play rec hockey. The laundry in the room.
Boys, I got a business plan. Let's go. I've got a perfect idea for a location in the Queen Cities. Yeah, there's always the rumor. Every year the rumor comes up that, someone's building one out east. Someone's building one near the university. Yada, yada, yada.
Well, you found this how to start an ice skating rink business. And it said initial cost startups, $3 to $6 million.
Yeah, well, yeah, I found that online. Like land's expensive now. Materials are expensive. Freeze Tallman would jump on board.
Why wouldn't they want it?
Get Flynn Roofing or whatever they do.
Yeah.
Get the roof done properly this time.
Yeah,
they'll do it properly. Don't cheap out.
We can find better roofers than what did the summertime roof at Cooperators.
That's tough look when that snow starts dripping
falling
in. That's a tough look for Regina.
Reminds me of Momart in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you need two sheets because you just profit. Boom. And you got one. Run one Zamboni.
You can do it with you can do 2 sheets with one Zamboni without a doubt. Okay, we just need $6 million. Who's got $6 million? Anybody?
People are texting in.
Here we go.
Summer long, summer. Brandon single ice sheet with the restaurant. Good. I don't know your name. Good job on this. 204 area code. Brandon, I think the guy owns. I don't know if it's a housing development. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, maybe it's. He built this one sheet and then there's like a practice sheet and it's kind of outside of Brandon. It's a little bit in an interesting spot, but Sharky, I don't know if I could text some guys if they have a picture. There's one sheet of ice and then stands up top, very similar to Communiskate in White City. Okay. Great hockey rink there, by the way.
Stands over top of the dressing room.
So instead though, at newer, take that glass out at Communiskate.
Yeah.
Put in a patio with like those Costco hanging lights that people put on their porches. I'm dead serious, man. Put in some loungers, and it's a bar there. That's what is
the whole side.
My kid was playing hockey. My wife's been there with the girl, and what a bunch of moms start guzzling wine. Well, then for us, we pull into this place, and it's like, well, this is like a bar with a patio inside of a hockey rink. Whoever did that thing in Brandon, unbelievable. You don't feel like you're in a hockey rink, and then it's like there's a game going on right beside you.
Do you know what would happen, though? Somebody build that for adult rec hockey, and all the minor hockey people would freak out because they don't get to play in there or have a permanent dressing room.
So Shro has no minor hockey?
None.
There's the business model.
NDK Arena, or NKA, no kids allowed.
Well, I don't know about that. You want a tournament, especially in that cuckoo spring season. When there's spring tournaments on, I think Shro runs
when the
that.
dads are done.
But as far as
don't want to skate
Saskatoon minor hockey, they don't do anything in Shro. But then, like I said, there's those 2 training groups that are out of there too. They're not academies; they're like training groups, and then they take theirs before or after school, and then right after that, it goes into all these leagues. 39 dressing rooms for rec teams at the Shro Arena.
I gotta go see that setup.
Well, if I go, I'll video it, post it. And then 11 sheets of non-city owned ice in Saskatoon.
So my question then would be, does each rink charge their own rate back to users, or are they on a fixed rate?
I don't know. What would you do?
Tell users, here's the cost.
Yeah.
Right? It's a business. Right?
Yeah.
It's not taxpayer funded.
People are starting to... And it's a great debate. Let's keep it.
It's a great conversation.
And there's going to be people that are like the chiming in about the Manitoba, like it is like they're about Brandon. There's going to be so many, like that. And that White City rink. The first time I went in there, I was like, from the outside, I was like, okay, well, you know, it's going to be whatever. I go in there and I'm like, this is an awesome hockey rink.
It is.
And if they put on a second sheet somewhere too, I don't know. Don't want to put words in their mouth and all that, but Regina,
Balgoni could do it.
We're in an interesting situation here. We'll take our first break. When we come back, let's get into. We're going to stick with the hockey theme. Riders are on a bye week. Let's talk about technology in hockey It's been a few years. When's the last time you put on the blades?
Last year.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. I don't move like I used to, though. I'm not
you
lie.
got Brandon's slides from the showering or something. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's the all-new Sportscage. If you're watching the stream on YouTube or on X, and, of course, we're always on the home of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, 620 CKRM.
The all-new Sportscage is brought to you by Sherwood Co-op Liquor Stores. Now open in Harbor Landing and Rochdale Boulevard.
This is Country Gold with Steve Harmon. Your home for the country hits of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Hello, I'm Steve Harmon, inviting you to join me for Country Gold. Each week we play country favorites from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and we check in with the stars who made them, too. This weekend on Country Gold.
Country Gold, brought to you by Trent Dickin and his experienced team at Flooring Superstore. Saturday mornings at 6 and Sunday afternoons at 4 on the Voice of Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM.
Today's high-torque trucks generate a lot of wear on your tires. That's why Michelin recommends the Michelin Defender LT XMS tire. It's built with stronger, advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions longer. Whether you're meeting the demands on the job site or hauling your boat to the lake, turn to the experts at Quality Tire with 9 locations in Saskatchewan to find the right Michelin tire for you.
Based on resistance to gravel and severe wear testing compared to Michelin LTX MS2. See Michelin.ca for details.
QualityTire.ca. For pizza lovers who are short on time and hungry for a great deal, Little Caesars Pizza is ready when you are. Walk in, grab your hot and ready favorites, and walk out. It's just that easy. Try the classic hot and ready medium pepperoni pizza for only $7.99. You get a delicious quality pizza at a great price. It's available all day, every day for just $7.99 at Little Caesars. And try other hot and ready favorites like their iconic Crazy Bread or Caesar Wings. Little Caesars Pizza, 20 years of hot and ready.
Direct from Las Vegas.
It's yesterday once more.
From the creators of Oh What a Night, a brand new show, Yesterday Once More, featuring the music of the Carpenters, ABBA, The Fifth Dimension, Mamas and the Papas. Great musical memories with Yesterday Once More.
It's yesterday once more.
Wednesday, October 30th, 7 p.m., Connexus Arts Center, Regina. Get your tickets now.
Dress for success this season with huge deals on clothing and apparel at the Fall Into Savings Sale on now at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Keep wet and muck out and save with $90 off men's and women's Cabela's and She Outdoor Dry Plus waders. And keep it casual this fall with 25% off men's Redhead Ultimate Flannels, perfect for working outdoors or relaxing at home. Revel in comfort at the Fall Into Savings Sale on now at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. See online for more details.
What type of vehicle should you use for a fall hayride?
I bet you're going to be punny.
An automobile?
Ugh. Whatever type of vehicle you drive, fuel up at Sherwood Co-op gas bars.
As a member, fueling up means
sharing in the equity.
Buy a car wash or some snacks from the C-store.
It's like putting money in the bank.
You better believe it.
Sherwood Co-op gas bars.
We are members.
We are owners.
We are Sherwood Co-op.
In town, at the cabin, or on the farm. Only one rural internet provider brings you a whole home solution. Access Rural Internet now offers download and upload speeds up to 350 megs for one low price. Plus, keep entertained with Access Next TV Stream and keep an eye on your home and property with Access Rural Security, each for just $14.95 a month extra. Get more from your rural internet service. Visit myaccess.ca today.
The all-new Sportscage. Text 306-936-6262. 620 CKRM.
Welcome back. It's for Access Communications. What?
You just impress me at every turn, right? Setting up stands, moving things around, introducing guests.
Access impresses me too. Trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. We're keeping on rolling here. It's Shink and Sharky, the program today. We've been talking hockey rinks, and I'm going to get to all these text messages in a bit, so keep them coming. Right now, we're going to stay with hockey. We got a present that our friend, owner of Extreme Hockey, Donnie Aren, brought in. Curtis, you can keep fixing it. I'll kill time while you fix it because we want to show this in the background for people that are streaming. Okay, you said last time you skated was last year.
Yep.
When was the last time you bought a new pair of skates?
Actually, 2 years ago, because my other ones just disintegrated.
And then
the bag.
before that, what were you running? Like a Bauer 3000, like old Tacks?
I was in Nikes.
Nike? You don't strike me as a Nike skate guy.
That was back like 90.
Yeah. 6, 7, 90s.
Before that, even maybe.
No. Nike skates came out in 96.
Yeah, that's right about then.
I was playing in the States, and you couldn't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
It was
they were like the cheapest model they had because all I was doing was coaching, so it wasn't like I had to be.
Were they white? Please say they were white.
They weren't the white. They weren't the Fedorovs. No, they weren't the white ones. No. They were white.
Yeah, and like where the technology for everything has gone is unbelievable.
Oh, look
I
at
love
that.
it.
Yeah,
that is so good. Can you fit him in the corner there? If you're watching on the stream, you see what we're doing here. We got a new addition to the yet to be named studio. Donnie Aren, owner of Extreme Hockey, is with us. He brought in Connor Bedard.
Nice.
We have now a stand-up Connor Bedard that is going to live with us here in the studio. Perfect. Thank you so much, Donnie, for bringing it.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad it makes you so happy.
And Connor just bit it. I love it. Save that clip. That is awesome live radio. We'll fix it. We'll get it up at some point. Okay, so we brought Donnie in.
We need a trainer.
Because I want to talk about like the technologies for this year with a 13-year-old boy, 11-year-old daughter. The daughter not so much. She's just like, Dad, give me whatever. I'll go and buzz. She's just a workhorse.
60-year-old man. Yeah.
Yeah. But like some of the technology. Let's start first off with skates and where put that close. Yeah. Where are we with skates this year? Because people are like, hey, I like Trues. And then like Trues were so big a few years ago. Right. And then it was like the CCMs have always been, and then CCM came out with that like red and blue CCM on the side that everyone wanted. And then obviously Bauer is a power of its own. So are those kind of the three? Am I missing any? There's no like Daewoo anymore or Graf or anything like that?
You nailed the top three skates in the market right now. True, always known for their custom option. They have a 3D technology that they have with their scanner that was proprietary for a while, but now it's spread across with CCM and Bauer now. So you're seeing a lot more custom orders coming in, but again, there's a lot of deck skates out there. You're seeing lighter, thinner materials. So the skates are just getting lighter. Technology's changing somewhat in the tucks, but it's basically just in the boot.
You know the one thing now, Sharky, when you go and buy the high-end skates,
I haven't.
You know what else you have to buy?
What?
The steel, the blades.
Yeah, because they're interchangeable now. We don't take the plastic off, just the blade itself.
There's literally a plastic insert for the heat process, and then you gotta, like any other product out there, you need a charger for your phone. You gotta buy the steel now to get going. It's not plug and play anymore where you come in and buy a box of skates and get on the ice.
Good way to put it.
Oh, so you buy the boot then buy the blade.
Oh yeah, there's a stock plastic core in there that we use for the heating process when we're molding the skate, and then afterwards you're looking at a set of steel for the blades to get on the ice.
And that
explains why I'm not skating well. I didn't buy the metal part.
Yeah. And then so you just can't have one set of steel because as I found out last year, they break. Everything's performance now. It's not like the old days where you could stop the odd slap shot. Like eventually, and then they break. So kids now will have 2-3 sets of steel
minimally
in their bag, sharpened, ready to. They'll change them at intermissions, all that.
Holy smokes!
It's nuts. And
yeah.
I still walk around with a stone in my bag, so I maximize a sharpen, even though I have one 12 feet away from my office.
Yeah, I carry a file. That's what helps me. No,
when they came out with that sweet stick thing, like I was like, oh wow, you can kind of sharpen your skates as you go here. But yeah, like the technology of skates, like you said. So then is like True. They have this custom option, but they have like a real affordable like.
They have a deck skate also. Every model, every vendor will have a deck skate. They have a custom option which they try to push, and they have just everything like a tier system. So you have your top end deck skate that comes out, and that's your Shadow this year with Bauer, your ASV6 with CCM, and then obviously the True that just came out. But they're pushing a lot of people these days and a lot of customers to custom options.
Was there any massive changes this year when it comes to sticks?
Not much. Again, another debating conversation about how durable sticks are these days. They're lighter, thinner materials. They're meant for performance as opposed to durability. Back when I used the Sherwood PMP, and I could use that for a whole season.
Yeah. Do you sell any wood sticks?
Just to your buddy.
Yeah, because I need some. Yes. I can't handle these fiber things. The puck explodes on me. Like I can't find it. I got no feel.
And again, I'm not in any grounds a good hockey player, but when I go and play my rec league, even the newish models, they're just too light. Like for me, they're just very light models.
They are. The technology.
I think if you grew up with them, it'd be completely
100%.
different than
this
us
genre
trying
is
to
used
adapt
to this light material.
Yeah.
And again, for performance-wise, like I need to learn how to use a stick properly, but performance-wise is unreal. So that's where the materials come from. That's where the light. It's just the density.
I slash just as good with either of the two sticks. It really hook, hold. Yeah, I'm good either way.
No, I tried. I brought home one of the gold aluminum Eastons from my mom's, and then Roman took it beside the house and tried to rifle some pucks, and he's like, what's going on here?
No, what is this thing?
I can't, because they shoot different now, right?
Yeah.
Like they have this snap, and Connor Bedard, you watch any of his, like how he shoots the puck. It is so different than how we were taught to shoot the puck. So then you get these like pieces of lumber or aluminum in their hand, and it's like, no, and they're heavy. But you guys have... At Extreme, you have a new like shooting lane or whatever, right?
That is correct. Yeah, we've taken down the old shooting lane and we've actually moved it to the back wall, so we have a little bit different of a performance center coming out here. So it's gonna be got a little bit longer, a little bit wider, and we have some actual technology that's gonna be coming in there too to help fit skates a little bit, sticks a little bit more easier.
I still need wood.
You still need wood, yes.
I still need wood.
If I come across any wood, Sharky, I'm going to grab.
I just need the blades. I need blades left.
They have
and the Lidstrom curve.
They have a spot in the back alley where guys like you could go back there and shoot it at the dumpster.
It's called Sportscage.
Across the street. Go see Hawk across the street.
No, and then you guys like did a massive renovation. We were talking about the Cooperator Center.
Yes.
Luckily, you guys don't get the leaky roof where you guys are. You guys did a nice, massive renovation in there.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we opened it right up. We put some logos down with our existing partners and companies that we work with. It just opened it up and made it a little more broader, a little bit more inviting. We're really excited to announce some partnerships that we're going to have in there, and also have a wall to, kind of localize a local brand or a company coming up that we want to partner with and do some stuff with. So it gives some recognition there to a local brand that's coming up and gives them some space.
Okay, so let's get into skate sharpening now. So
you said you got a machine at home?
It's actually Roman. It's in his bedroom now because his bedroom's in the basement. So he just moved it, and he sharpens the skates in. He's think about this. And you're 13. You sharpen your own skates in your bedroom.
I never sharpened my own skates till I was like 20.
Yeah,
and there's no way that those machines we had in the day that you'd put it in a house.
They look nothing like that. They're about the. You know what? They are a bigger Beta or VHS player that we had back in our day.
Really?
Do you remember Acme Video? Well, this might date myself here with this. Those carry cases when you rented units and machines.
Yeah.
That's exactly identical. It's the best description I can give to you right now.
We got to reach out to Mike Tate. He's probably got some of those boxes somewhere.
He's listening right
now. But so and then I was in the store the other day, and then now has technology changed because you got a whole new portable sharpener that people, if they want one.
Yeah, Pro Sharp from Bauer has been out for, it's relaunched itself into the market now. Johnny down the street is Pro Sharp. It's a wonderful unit. Again, a traveling accessible unit for teams. It makes it a little more convenient when you're on the road or just at your house if you just don't want to get down to the store or not. But yeah, Sparks was first to the market. They're like Yeti. They got first to the market. They have a great brand. They've changed some features with the new models. They're on their third unit right now, and Pro Sharp has just launched, and it's actually fantastic.
Would a junior or a university or some kind of team have this that we'd use on the road?
You would find more times than none, yes. Especially when you're traveling with a team, it's just more convenient. You have a sharpener right there. A lot of times, I have some buddies that they've got a couple of kids in hockey, and they're getting together on a Friday night with 4 or 5 of their dads. It's a good excuse to get together. They sharpen a half a dozen skates or more, and off they go.
So
wow,
it's convenience factor now. That's the market. It's convenience factor. It's right there. You pop it out. It's plug and play.
I had a business model. This was the COVID years. Where lots of just sitting around thinking. Sitting around just thinking, and I'm like, there was nowhere to get your skate sharpened in the Northwest. So then I would have to drive to Extreme, or wherever.
Cooperators or whatever. Yeah.
But so I'd go to Extreme and be like, oh, they're closed or they're open. Okay. And then I had my skates, Gabby skates, Roman skates, and I'm like, I just got to get my own sharpener. Like, and then I'm like, you know what a guy should do? He should take his. This is going to be a dumb idea, but he should take his Sparks, cut a deal with the fellas at the tap, set it up on a Saturday afternoon, sit there and guzzle, get a sharpening and a pint, maybe partner with one of the beer companies, and then just because it saves you driving all the way across town to get your skate sharpener. But some people are still, nope, I need so-and-so to sharpen their skates.
There's a lot of folks that don't even come in and try the electronic version. They still go to a handheld, or where you're still using Blade Master, and they're still doing a handheld. They just trust that sharpening through and through.
I got to come see this thing.
It's fantastic. It actually, you know what, we use an Elite for an automotive, which is, in my opinion, one of the best in the market, and is very consistent. That's the word right now with sharpening. It's consistency. At this level, for certain players, they need that consistent edge. It's no different than, knock on wood, when you hop in a plane, I want to make sure that pilot's consistent when he's behind it. So when they're getting on the ice, and at this day and age with the game, it's all consistency, in that you believe that these automated machines are quite incredible.
So, and what does one of these retail for?
Like a Sparks or a pushover are very similar, around the $1,200 range, and then there's usually a wheel or addition. It's just like everything else. It's not plug and play.
It's a la carte.
You gotta add the one item to the cart. Yes, exactly. Add the wheel. But they come basically ready to go. Like Bauer has a newer technology where they have an automated clamp that comes across. It lights up. It looks cool, but it does a good consistent sharpening also. So that's the main importance.
Like Donnie said, though, like you're going to tournaments nowadays, and there's always one dad he's skate sharpener guy,
100%,
and he's got it set up in his room. And you go to the ice machine, you get whatever you need, and you go to this guy's room, and
So I'm assuming it's not dusty in the flying.
No,
it's
unreal.
It's very quiet. It collects all the sharpenings. You just dump it out almost like your Swiffer, just out the door. But they don't even hide it in the rooms anymore. I love it. We go to the crop race for tournaments, and I'll come out of the pro shop, and there'll be a dad right there on a table with the Sparks and just buzzing some skates. Right there. Yes.
Not cutting you out of business, though,
but again, no. And I love it because we promote this, and this is the way the market's going. But you see teams that'll have it on the bench. They'll have it on the bench, and they'll take one skate off if there's a bad sharpening or a bad edge, and just quickly do a buzz. So I think it's great to have for accessibility wise for certain teams like the Cougars and these senior teams when they're.
Wow. So this, Sharky, if you're watching the video, Sharky's watching his first ever. This is exactly what Roman has in his bedroom.
You see, it's a VHS
right now.
box.
So then I'll just fast forward it, how it works. And then the skate goes in, and that wheel will last you half a season.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're not buying them that often. So you hit play, and how many buzzes you want. So we usually go 2,
and that's it.
Each skate. Then it has it comes with a leveling.
Automatic leveler.
You level it, and then you put the stone on it to get, and you a little piece of leather or whatever.
And again, not to have a dad moment here, but as long as you're following the procedure and flipping that stone and doing your chisel on it, it'll last quite a bit.
Wow. Look at this.
You can almost do half a season depending on how much you're buzzing.
So anyone out there?
Kid's got this in his bedroom.
Anyone out there that there's so many people that are like, yeah. And then some people are like, what? The portable skate sharpener? Okay, then the other thing.
What?
Before you go, Donnie, and they have them in they have them in a box. It looks like the old, like you're going in to buy 100%. A VHS back at Wolco back in the day. It's exactly what it looks like.
You sure wasn't Kresge's? No, Kresge's was gone by then.
No, Kresge's ran a nice VHS
section.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing too, we're getting into that season where teams are going to start needing jackets and pants and this and all that. Extreme hockey, you guys do all that under the umbrella.
Correct. We have a full store corporate division at our main store at 1425 McIntyre, but also a little cool feature we're going to throw out there right now. We've actually hybrided the back area at the pro shop to be kind of a pop-up shop for this season, where we're going to have a corporate area. Christy and Tarrington are going to run full facility out of there. We're going to have some cool little spin-offs for teams that are coming through us, whether it's a gift card and such. But yeah, it's going to be very convenient to pick up sizing kits and just actually deal direct right at the cooperators, especially with evaluations going on, teams drafting. It's awesome.
Yeah. He's got like an engraving. I was asking him because they do so many of those Yeti.
Yep.
Like how many pieces of Yeti stuff would you have in that?
Oh, quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Coolers to cups to like. It's
every time I win one at a tournament, I seriously, I love to pay things forward. You know me, but I'm just like, just please. I stare at them. Oh, right outside my office, there's 200.
Yeah,
but if people need anything engraved on steel or metal, because you were going to do my wedges.
100%. So we do wedges. Anything that can have any kind of surface, steel, metal, anything.
So
wood.
The Yeti cups I do get made, Shark auctions on them. You're my guy.
I'm expecting to see it because I got something for you before we end this thing. You talked about Fedorov skates. Would you believe that I actually have a pair of Nike white Fedorovs in my office right now?
What size?
8.5.
Oh,
they might not fit you, but maybe they're better as a souvenir in this office than mine.
You gotta go. We gotta video that. They go to an outdoor rink this year with those bad boys on. Who's the guy in the white skates?
Who's got the Fedorovs on?
Okay, thanks for stopping by.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
Updated. Thanks for bringing Connor Bedard. We're gonna get him fixed up, and we're gonna get him in the.
I hope he's in better shape next time I see him.
He's
taking a nap.
Yeah, he'll have a full shield on. He's injured. It's the all-new Sportscage. If you're streaming and watching us on YouTube and on X, and then also we're always on 620 CKRM.
Since 1949, Nelson Homes has been providing you one-stop shopping for ready-to-move homes, panelized packages, and on-site builds. Nelson Homes' team of authorized dealers all over Saskatchewan would be happy to help you turn your dream home into a reality. In the Strasbourg, Last Mountain Lake area, call Dean at Solid Works Carpentry or call 1-800-661-6534 for more information. Nelson Homes, trusted quality and service since 1949.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every game, home or away. And don't wait for the last minute. Get in on the amazing early bird prizes. Everything raised is used to support minor football in Saskatchewan. Support a great cause and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Sponsored by ISC.
In town, at the cabin, or on the farm. Only one rural internet provider brings you a whole home solution. Access Rural Internet now offers download and upload speeds up to 350 megs for one low price. Plus, keep entertained with Access Next TV Stream and keep an eye on your home and property with Access Rural Security, each for just $14.95 a month extra. Get more from your rural internet service. Visit myaccess.ca today.
Sask Lotteries has 50 years of winning behind us. And you know what that means? Lots of winning numbers. Numbers like over 1,200 organizations funded and 12,000 plus groups supported. $6 million given away annually in community grants. And the winningest number of all? $1.4 billion given back to the people of Saskatchewan through sport, culture, and recreation. And we're just getting started. Help us grow the next 50. Learn more at sasklotteries.ca.
Crave is the exclusive home of groundbreaking HBO originals.
Streets are talking again. They know there's only one man big enough to run this city.
Including The Penguin, the next chapter in the Batman saga.
The world ain't set up for the honest man to succeed.
Starring Academy Award nominee Colin Farrell.
I'm gonna tear down the empire from the inside out.
The Penguin, an HBO original limited series. Stream September 19th, only on Crave.
Trust me, it's just the beginning.
Subscribe now at crave.ca.
620 CKRM and the Sportscage are proud to be the voice of sports in Saskatchewan. Join the Sportscage for the monthly Fries Tallman Indigenous Athlete Showcase, highlighting builders, athletes, and coaches who have had an impact on Indigenous sports across the province. Fries Tallman Lumber in Regina and Fort Qu'Appelle is proud to support programs to uplift First Nations across Saskatchewan. The Fries Tallman Indigenous Athlete Showcase, exclusively on the Sportscage on 620 CKRM.
Your sewer backed up big time. Some guys came, tore up the carpet and drywall, then disappeared, leaving a mess that's almost as bad as the first one. That's one disaster after another disaster. But even so, Winmar Property Restoration gets that ugliness handled. It doesn't matter if they didn't start the job, Winmar will finish it. And they'll finish it quickly. Winmar Property Restoration, 949-0032. See winmar.ca.
November 15th is the deadline to report your crop production to SCIC and register a claim. As soon as harvest is complete, report your detailed net production, accounting for weight, dockage, and grade. If you have any questions about reporting your production, contact SCIC before the November 15th deadline. Visit scic.ca or call 1-888-935-0000.
The all-new Sportscage. Watch our live stream at sportscage.com and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Interesting segment. Sharky's mind has been blown.
Yeah.
If you're watching that on video, that would have been real funny from the Bedard coming in, wipeout, and all that. Thanks to everyone chiming in on the Capital Ford Lincoln text line here.
It's a buzz. It's a buzz today.
Another 204. Shout out to you Manitoba people listening. Go to Seven Oaks Arena in Winnipeg. It's a magnificent design. Yes, it is. It is a very nice rink. There's a lot of stands in both rinks. It's a 2-sheet facility, and it has a track that goes so people are like running and stuff in the middle. The only thing about Seven Oaks that it's not made for. There's no real bar where. Some of these other ones, somebody else moved in here. What is it? Best rink I've ever seen or played in was the Vegas Knights practice facility. That'd be in Henderson, I think. Amazing bar down the middle between both rinks, which serves everything you need. Watch both rinks from anywhere in the bar. Yeah, thanks, Frank. That would be Vegas builds.
I would hope they would do it well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they moved into an old facility, like an old decrepit.
The Cow Palace is available down the street
in San Jose.
Yeah.
Chiming in on the, skate sharpening front, McDavid is the only Oiler that has non-changeable blades. I'm going to take your word for it. Who's no name on this one, so I don't know if that's true, but I read it. So if it's erroneous information, that's what we're known for here. There's another truths. There's another long one here. Just the Cooperators is an excellent facility. I sure wish we had this 12, 15 years ago in Regina. It is an awesome facility. It just needs to. Here's the other. How much time do we have?
Cooperators has been up 12 years.
Huge. Bantam tryouts, Pee-wee tryouts. I know there's new names for them. The midget tryouts going on right now. And something else. This is laugh. You're going to laugh here. The bar and the restaurant's not open.
I believe it.
What?
Why not have 10,000 people in your facility and you can serve them food and drink without staff?
It was so packed the one weekend. Pat Canadians camp was on. There was a lacrosse championship. Nothing was open. It's like, what a look that is. So I don't know what it would be like. It'd be like having Black Friday in a mall and not opening the food court.
Be like having a Rider game and we're not serving beer.
Yeah, just come to watch the sport.
Just show up and enjoy and sit quietly.
People are losing. We're getting texts on it. People are losing their mind about that. How isn't the bar and restaurant open when it says 6 sheets of ice? Absolutely buzzing. It's the all new Sportscage on 620 CKRM and on the streams on X and YouTube.
For pizza lovers who are short on time and hungry for a great deal, Little Caesars Pizza is ready when you are. Walk in, grab your hot and ready favorites, and walk out. It's just that easy. Try the classic hot and ready medium pepperoni pizza for only $7.99. You get a delicious quality pizza at a great price. It's available all day, every day for just $7.99 at Little Caesars. And try other hot and ready favorites like their iconic Crazy Bread or Caesar Wings. Little Caesars Pizza, 20 years of hot and ready.
Your sewer backed up big time. Some guys came, tore up the carpet and drywall, then disappeared, leaving a mess that's almost as bad as the first one. That's one disaster after another disaster. But even so, Winmar Property Restoration gets that ugliness handled. It doesn't matter if they didn't start the job, Winmar will finish it. And they'll finish it quickly. Winmar Property Restoration, 949-0032. See winmar.ca.
Hospitals of Regina Foundation Home Lottery New Zealand VIP deadline is midnight tomorrow. What if you could spend 10 days exploring New Zealand's South Island? Or take $20,000. Be in to win the $1.4 million grand prize package built by Ripplinger Homes with $25,000, the Echo Lake Cottage Early Bird, and the convertible and Cali bonus prize. VIP deadline midnight tomorrow. Buy now at hrfhomelottery.com. License LR24-0046.
APAS is there when you can't be. As farmers and ranchers, you need to fight increasing costs and regulation. But how are you supposed to be everywhere at once? You're busy with harvest, so you don't have time for meetings with politicians, presentations to committees, and tracking legislation that will affect your farm. This is where APAS comes in. Your APAS representative. The APAS Board of Directors and the Canadian Federation of Agriculture all work together to represent you. APAS is there when you can't be. Visit apas.ca and become a member today.
All right, let's get going. It's that time again.
Harvest! When it's that time again, the harvest isn't always met with open arms by Mother Nature. This harvest season, see the experts at Farmtronics. From grain and hay moisture testers to grain protein testers and scales, they're your one-stop destination for grain handling products for this year's harvest. They also service baler, combine, and grain cart monitors. Call Farmtronics today, 1-800-667-8001, or stop by 380 Henderson Drive.
When most people look at windows, they look right through them. When the guys at North Home Windows look at windows, they see a chance to improve the efficiency and comfort of your home. They know old windows are drafty. If your windows are old and drafty, call North Home Windows. They're built in Saskatchewan for Saskatchewan conditions, meaning you'll get the perfect window for your home. And if you call now, you can still book a summer or fall installation. 1-866-362-6525, northhomewindows.ca.
Are you in transition? We understand that hard work pays off, so let McDougall Auctioneers make it rewarding. Hi, this is Riley McChesney. Our retirement auctions are designed to honor your legacy and maximize returns. With our tailored approach, selling your asset becomes a seamless, profitable journey. Trust us to turn your hard work into a golden retirement opportunity. You earned it. McDougall Auctioneers, 1-800-263-4193, or visit us at mcdougallauction.com.
What's going on in the markets? When is the right time to invest? What should you do with your money today? When Linda had questions, she talked to Brian Golly.
He makes you feel very at ease. He's always up for a visit with us, and we're always happy to see him and get some advice from him.
You don't have to plan your financial future alone. Call Brian Golly of Smart Investing Solutions. 306-546-2533.
We would recommend Brian anytime, and we would recommend him to anybody.
It's 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. It's mostly cloudy and it's 21 degrees in Regina. I'm Corey Atkinson from the Harvard Media News Center with 620 CKRM News for Sherwood Co-op Liquor Store, now open in Harbor Landing and on Rochdale Boulevard, and by Mercedes-Benz Regina, for those who can. Mercedes-Benz-Regina.ca. There are a few elections on the horizon in Saskatchewan, including a likely provincial election as well as municipal and school boards. The Saskatchewan Teachers Federation has released their own campaign called Check All the Boxes. STF President Samantha Beacott said they're asking candidates to restore and maintain per-student funding, address class size and complexity, and address violence concerns in classrooms. Beacott said the STF is not endorsing any particular party or candidate.
What we will do, though, is provide teachers and other voters with information to make informed decisions at the ballot box and vote for public education.
Full details on their campaign will be on their socials as well as on the STF website. The lack of rain helped producers get more of the crop off the field and into the bin. Harvest is 61% complete in the province, up from 42% the prior week, and well ahead of the 5- and 10-year averages. Megan Rosso with the Ministry of Agriculture says crop yield and quality are mixed due to scattered rainfall throughout the growing season.
Producers have indicated good crop quality in some areas, but there are an increasing number of producers who are concerned with light bushel weights and small seed size for various crops harvested this year.
Rosso says harvest is nearly complete among winter cereal crops, triticale, lentils, and field peas. RCMP say suspects are at large, but the public is not at risk after a triple homicide at a home in Lloydminster. The bodies were found by officers doing a wellness check yesterday afternoon. Staff Sergeant Brian Nickel didn't give details about the victims, but says it appears they were targeted.
While I understand seeing more police presence can cause concern for folks, this is because we have people diligently working hard to solve this crime.
Media reports show yellow police tape blocking off the home on the Saskatchewan side of Lloydminster. Nickel says autopsies will take place to determine how the 3 people died. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says the federal government is urging both sides to continue talks towards a resolution as an Air Canada pilot work stoppage looms. The airline has asked Ottawa to be ready to step in as time is running out before a potential shutdown. Both sides will be in a position to issue a 72-hour strike notice or lockout notice as of Sunday. And a 4.7 magnitude earthquake has rattled the city of Los Angeles. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake hit about 7 kilometers north of Malibu today, but residents living 72 kilometers away in Orange County reported items moving in their homes because of it. So far, no major damages or injuries have been reported. The quake comes as the region has been dealing with 3 major wildfires burning east of Los Angeles that torched dozens of homes and forced thousands to evacuate. It's 4:03, and that was your 620 CKRM News. Weather is next.
What type of vehicle should you use for a fall hayride?
I bet you're going to be punny.
An automobile?
Ugh. Whatever type of vehicle you drive, fuel up at Sherwood Co-op gas bars.
As a member, fueling up means
sharing in the equity.
Buy a car wash or some snacks from the C-store.
It's like putting money in the bank.
You better believe it.
Sherwood Co-op gas bars.
We are members.
We are owners.
We are Sherwood Co-op.
Style. Performance. Upgrade your daily driver to the new 2023 Mercedes-Benz GLB 250. This SUV packs a punch with features that make a normal drive exhilarating. The ultimate in automotive luxury can be yours for $419 bi-weekly. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Mercedes-Benz Regina will help you find the exact model you want. Take a test drive and feel the difference. Stop by for an award-winning experience at Mercedes-Benz Regina, recipient of the Star Dealer Award.
And now it's time for your 620 CKRM precision weather forecast for Line-X Regina. Serious protection, killer looks, 1865 McCarra Street, and brought to you by Wolf Industries, your truck repair specialists in Grenfell, servicing all sizes of trucks, SGI accredited. We have a severe thunderstorm watch for Regina, Moose Jaw, and a lot of the southeastern parts of Saskatchewan. Tonight, though, partly cloudy with some isolated showers and a low of 12. Tomorrow, partly sunny with some isolated showers and thunderstorms and a gusty wind once again and a high of 21. And then on Saturday, partly to mostly sunny and a high of 24. At this hour in Moose Jaw, it's cloudy. Winds are from the southeast at 24 and it's 22 degrees. Regina is mostly cloudy. Winds are from the southeast at 27, gusting to 40, and it's 21 degrees. Get news and information anytime through the CKRM app or stream online at 620CKRM.com.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line-X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line-X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line-X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line-X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line-X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
Whether Smokey's after you or not, when you're on the road in your big rig, you're in a hurry to get to where you're going, and you need a part shop you can trust. Wolf Industries is the premium choice. They're your family-run truck mechanic shop with a full line of parts for big semis, with certified AC technicians for the hot summer. Stop in at their Grenfell location for all the parts and repairs you need. They're SGI accredited for safety inspections and have 24-hour emergency call-out. Wolf Industries, the best for your truck. 10-4.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents the all-new Sportscage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by Access Communications, trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. Be a part of the show. Call 1-866-760-620 or text 306-936-6262. The all-new Sportscage, streaming at sportscage.com and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Thursday show is for Access Communications, trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. Thanks to Access for sponsoring Thursday Sportscage. You can sponsor it. We need this room sponsored.
Yeah, we got to come up with the name for the room.
We need a naming sponsor for the room. Capital Ford Lincoln text line. Thank you very much. All the texts. Benny's one of the Manitoba guys that we're getting.
Okay.
He went into some things about poor Regina and how don't you have a restaurant bar open during tryouts. I'm like, I don't know, Benny. And he said CKRM blows the doors off any Winnipeg radio station. I think he means the Sportscage blows the doors off.
I'd go with CKRM. I'd go with the whole thing. Yeah.
They play good country music.
They do.
Yeah. And if you ever listen to it on Alexa, it's the FM quality. It's like there's nothing on a Sunday morning when Ray's doing his show, and I got you get Don Williams, and then like a Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and
I'm usually just
Paul
in the truck.
Overstreet.
Yeah, this Alexa. What are you talking? Who's Alexa?
There's not one in here, or else she'd say should chime in.
She'd be chirping me
to the program. Yeah, thanks, Benny, for the messages. Winnipeg's got some good radio, though. We had Winnipeg Sports Talk. That's a stream.
Yep.
Andrew on the Hammer last week. I almost worked at a rock station in Winnipeg once. I forget what the call letters were. They've been like, yeah.
That'd been a while ago.
Overnight, back-to-back Van Halen. Barnyard and the back-to-back Van Halen set. Panama. Let's go out on the Western Pizza guest hotline. I've had Western Pizza 2 of the last 4 days. It never disappoints. Not what pizza one day, and then little souvlaki salad action the next. Western Pizza, all the Greek favorites you love, and just a generous amount of toppings on their pizza. Arash Madani's joined us. Ooh, Arash wearing a golf shirt. If you're watching the stream,
yeah, looking good.
Were you out swinging the wrenches, or is that a tennis shirt?
No, it is just it's a summer vibe today in Toronto. So taking advantage of whatever days we have left of this. By the way, look at you, Johnny Healthy, having yourself a salad. How about that, huh?
I mix them in. I try and mix it in once a week. Get some greens in there. Okay, let's start NFL. I just placed the bet, and I was looking at the weather this evening in Miami, the Bills taking on the Dolphins. I still took the over. Was that a bad 48? Was that a bad bet? I think we could see some explosion here from both sides. No?
I do too. And here's the thing about Miami's actually a little bit of a home field disadvantage tonight compared to usually in September. When you hear people talking about going to Hard Rock Stadium for a game this time of year, those 1 o'clock Sunday games, the home sideline is in the shade. The road sideline is not. So it's literally a 15 to 20 degree difference. So by the fourth quarter, if this was, Sunday at 2:45, 3 o'clock local time, the Bills would be in trouble. I don't think that's going to be the case tonight. And Josh Allen's going to come out firing. All this talk about his non-throwing hand, blah, blah, blah. I like the overplay. I think there's the short weeks to me are where defense is really going to struggle.
Colson, you're going to be watching tonight. You're going to be on pins and needles. Colson doesn't gamble, but he gambles through me. I feel he just
He's got a secret
he just
Barney
likes
account.
my whatever I'm sprinkling on. Pay attention to. It makes
I just enjoy knowing if he's going to make or lose money. That's
yeah.
really it.
See, and then when I won, I brought in Slurpees the next day. So if I win, I reward the boys. Not you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm bringing you coffee, and I'm getting nothing.
You weren't
out of
here
this.
the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other NFL question.
Who are you, Al Capone over there? You're taking everyone's plays?
Yeah. Rookie quarterbacks in the NFL. Yeah. It's a tough spot. I don't know. And what did I read today? That what was the stat? That completion yards, they're down again. It's a real tough spot. Are teams going to ever maybe stop just thrusting in a rookie, giving them that year buffer, like what the New England Patriots allegedly are going to do?
I think it's all situation dependent. Like you look at Atlanta, they invest a top 10 pick into Michael Penix Jr. I mean, I think this is the first time in NFL history, guys, that you see a team in free agency throw $140 million at a veteran quarterback and then like 5 minutes later draft a quarterback top 10 overall. So, San Francisco had no plans in playing Brock Purdy, let alone starting Brock Purdy, let alone giving him the keys to the machine. So you kind of look at it, Jalen Hurts, but that wasn't the plan with him in Philly. But then sometimes it just happens. The whole issue with all this, of course, is the rookie wage scale and the rookie clock. You have these teams under team control for 5 years. You have to make a decision after 3 if you're going to exercise that 5th-year option. So, I think if you're like Carolina last year and this year, you're not going to win. Let's just throw Bryce out there and see if he can be something for us. But if you have any expectations to succeed out of the jump, you're putting your rookie quarterback in a position to fail. And it's only once every who knows when that a CJ Stroud rolls around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I'd like to know the data and the percentages of what's hitting for a rookie starting quarterback. It would be really low. Let's shift to the
Single
CFL.
digit.
Yeah, single digit for sure. Shift to the CFL. Only 3 games this week. Which one is the most intriguing for you?
I guess I have to say Toronto, BC, only because, like, if you're following the CFL, it's Nathan Rourke versus Chad Kelly. It's an Argos team that looks like it's coming apart right now at the seams. Like, Chad's putting up a lot of numbers, a lot of yards, a lot of picks, a couple of pick sixes. So, like, what are the Argos right now? Have the Lions turned the corner? It's been back-to-back 300-plus yard games for Rourke. Has he kind of found his footing? Like, I say all that because it's star power driven, but to me, the most intriguing game of the week is Hamilton-Ottawa.
Yeah.
Like, Ottawa's a chance to clinch a playoff berth. They basically have a chance to bury the Tiger Cats. And for a Red Blacks team that I don't think anybody saw, even some people in the building, being this good, this dominant at home, and if the Tiger Cats lose, guys, what does that make them? 3-11?
3-10.
3-10, that would make them. What's with the trade deadline around the corner? Do you entertain the thought of trading Bo Levi Mitchell?
Yeah.
All depends on the return.
Who needs them?
Yeah, all depends on the return.
When is the trade deadline? When is the trade deadline?
It's in October. It's in October. I'll tell you 2 teams that could use them.
Calgary.
One for sure is Winnipeg. They're like, Chris Streveler is out for the year.
Yeah.
If something happens to Zach Collaros, what then? And you bring Bo in now, he learns the offense, he learns the terminology, he gets some practice reps, etc. Because to me, the Bombers are in win now mode. Stanley Bryan and Pat Neufeld and Nick Dembski and on we could go with the vets on that team. You need to have an insurance blanket if something goes wrong. And I'd also even say Edmonton if MBT isn't right. Do you entertain that?
I think for sure Winnipeg, because Collaros is he's that nice looking ride that you see on the freeway, but at any point that engine could blow. And my buddy used to have a really nice Jaguar. It was an awesome car,
but that serviced everywhere.
That thing broke down. Anytime you had to go over 100 kilometers an hour, it broke down. So the Winnipeg thing totally makes sense.
Calgary's not going to make that move. They're not going to bring him back. That looks so bad on them to put him back in the mix.
Are there any offensive linemen that could be on the
Riders
old, for the Hamilton Tiger Cats? How about that for maybe Sprinkle?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Like, I know that the Stamps can't wave the white flag on their season because they're 4-8 and Edmonton's 5-8 and blah blah blah. I just look at that whole Calgary situation and it just feels hopeless.
It looks messy.
Well, you
does.
You said they're not going to win in the game.
It looks messy.
And so, at some point you have to be responsible and think about, okay, what's your roster construction? What's your asset management? All those kinds of things. I don't know. Like, are the Stampeders really going to sell a lot of tickets if they don't make any trades?
Yeah.
No.
So,
what's available
I
there? What's available there for trade? I wonder. They probably wouldn't do a heck of a lot with the Riders.
What they want to get rid of is their 2 quarterbacks. Nobody's going to take them. So what are they? Yeah,
historic
move.
I think I read this historic stuff in Ottawa. 8 wins in 12 games. The last time it's been better than that, I was 1 year old. 1978. What's the vibe for the CFL team in Ottawa, Arash? I've never been to a game there.
Well, you're talking to a guy who worked for the front office, not of the Roughriders, but the Renegades. So that would be the second of two teams that has folded since 1978. It's a weird one. Like, to me, Ottawa, they're now so cautious when it comes, like, when they were winning with Burris and Ellingson and getting to the Grey Cup and winning the Grey Cup, people came out. But it's definitely a show-me fair weather city. And they've also had dreadful weather. Like, they haven't put 20,000 in the stadium since. But they haven't lost a game at home this year.
Mm-hmm.
This is a football team that's kind of come out of nowhere, and they're poised to host a playoff game, and I think that thing's going to be rocking. There is no franchise, forget team, coach, whatever, but just as the existence of a franchise, there is no franchise in this league that needs a home playoff win more than the Ottawa Redblacks because of how dreadful they've been since Henry Burris left. Yeah. And they couldn't win at home to save their life. They were the worst team in the league for a long time. That would do wonders going into an off season if they can get to the East Final, if they can go to Montreal, if they can get that home playoff win and really start to build some momentum going into the winter with their fan base.
I agree with you. I think that team is, first off, I was one that didn't have them picked to be in second place and the success they're having. But not only the success they're having, but with a new quarterback, some new coaching. Like, it's not like there was a whole bunch of continuity to get to this point. We got some new people. But I do think Ottawa's got to jump on board. Their fans got to start loving that, man. That's a great football team right now that's poised to make a shift.
And that stadium, I've driven by that stadium. It's like not out in the boonies. It's close to
downtown.
Everything. Yeah. Right by the river, right?
Now, I'm not. Yeah, it's right on the canal. It's right on the Rideau Canal. It's in the neighborhood called the Glebe, right down there on Bank Street. And look, I'm not making excuses, but I will say this: their 4 of their last 5 home games or something like that, it has poured rain. Like, it's just been miserable weather. So, like, on a summer afternoon or night, is that really what you want to be doing?
No.
Yeah, you got to be pretty faithful, pretty loyal to show up in the rainstorm.
Montreal, this is weird. I brought this up earlier when I looked at it. Now that they have Tyson Philpott is out for the season, just announced today, but they're only a 5.5 point favorite going into Calgary. It seems like that's an odd line.
It is. They also are without Austin Mack, who's on the 6th game. So who's Fajardo going to throw the ball to? Here's one that shocked the heck out of me, guys. As somebody who, like the host of this show, enjoys, throwing down some nickels and dimes. The last 8 games that the Stampeders and Alouettes have played has been decided in the final 3 minutes. Now, I'm not about historic stats because, especially in the CFL, players change and rosters change a ton. But to me, that's really interesting. That's something about, and it's, look, going to Calgary is different, especially when you're on the East Coast, not just the time change, but the altitude, all that kind of stuff. And when you don't have offensive weapons the way the Alouettes don't, without Philpott and Mack, it just becomes interesting. Now, look, Montreal's a way better team. They're a much better roster. But sometimes you look at lines and you say, wait a minute, that seems too good to be true. I think there's a little bit of recency saying it's been close for 57 minutes. That's why.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you to a different spot. I'm gonna ask a different question related to the Blue Jays, because the last 3-4 years they've been the September focus of sports fans, and they've been the conversation across the country. Obviously, they're not this year, right? I had to look up where they were today. But Bo Bichette, yeah, it was.
Look when you
deep.
looked up where they were.
It was. I looked down to where they were, is what I did.
Right.
Bo Bichette came out and said he wants to win. He wants to stay in Toronto with Vladdy. What do you make of those comments from Bo?
I think that is Bo trying to endear himself to the fan base. I think that's Bo trolling the front office. Bo is under team control for one more year at $16 million. And I think on the record, what Bo says is probably going to be a lot different than off the record what Bo would tell people that he's close to. I think Bo Bichette would love to get $400 million from the Blue Jays, but I think Bo Bichette would really enjoy going to a contender. And there is nothing, fellas, there is nothing that suggests to me that the Toronto Blue Jays are going to be in any kind of postseason race next year. This is a roster that's in trouble. This is a pitching staff that has no bullpen help. There is very little pop in offense to this lineup. And I think what Bo's saying is, hey, fans, yeah, I want to be here. But privately, he's like, get me the heck out.
Smart.
Show me the money. That's what he's saying.
Sure.
Show me the money.
And show me a direction towards winning, which the Blue Jays have not had for a while.
No. I agree with you. The pitching is a disaster. It's utter disaster.
I was going to circle back to, I was going to go to college football, but then I looked at the games and I'm like, nah, nothing really there. Oh, by the way, I didn't even get a reply for my media accreditation to go to that game in Tuscaloosa that I texted you about. I didn't even get a reply. So I think I know where I stand on that now. They don't listen to the cage. And then Alabama, Georgia, biggest game of the year. Back to the end of the circle, back to the NFL. What is the game that you could maybe see an upset this weekend? Is it Cincy coming alive against Kansas City? Is it Tennessee over the Jets? Where are you going? This is for sprinkling purposes too.
Yeah. I'm going to be sick to my stomach saying this because I am a Vikings fan. I'm going to live to regret it. Is there a scenario in which Sam Darnold can beat the San Francisco 49ers?
Oh, a rash.
No.
I actually, hold on, hear me out. They beat them last year on Monday Night Football. They're going to be at home. The 49ers are on a short week. They're traveling across the country. I don't know if a running back who took that kind of beating can do it again. I think if there's an upset alert, the mighty Purple Norsemen of Minneapolis. So you're saying there's a chance. What happened to all that 1 in a million talk? That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Are you putting a little sprinkle on that? Is that what I hear? You would invest in that sort of opportunity?
I may have some wagers with friends where so my buddy Scotty is a 49ers fan. When the Vikes win, he's got to buy his niece and nephew Vikings gear and make sure that they're wearing it for next Sunday. Those are the wagers I'm having.
And what's on the line for you?
Yeah.
You don't got to do anything?
So if the Niners win, then my niece has to be in a George Kittle t-shirt, which is not going to go over well with the family.
Man, if we are gonna end this with Dumb and Dumber lines from that movie, I'm gonna say I think Arash is outside having a few Boilermakers.
Nice.
Yeah, if you think Minnesota could pull that up. Hey, thanks for joining us on video. I know you were busy today, but it's always best to talk face to face. Let's do it again next week.
Big gulps, eh, guys? Well, see you later.
Thanks, Arash.
Arash Madani, coast to coast. It's always for Brian Golly if you're watching them on the stream too. Yeah, no, that's good, man. I don't Minnesota though.
Yeah,
it's all. You know what? They're only a 5.5 point dog, and they're at home, so it's not crazy. Like, who would have thought? Here's a funny one.
Sam Darnold's a quarterback. What's his last win?
He can maybe manage a game, like to get. I don't know. So I'm in this survivor pool. I think it's got to be one of the biggest ones in Regina. I've been in it for years. I got 4 entries. I always put 4 entries in. So after the 4th week, you can rebuy in, but after the 4th week, it's done. So I try and take the junk teams early.
Yep,
and it's an investment. I'm investing so much money on this, right?
Yeah, call Brian Golly. It's an investment.
So the first week, 2 of my picks, I take Arizona, which almost won.
Okay.
And the other 2, which I thought a total rebuy. I had the money set aside. My other 2 picks, the New England Patriots, and they beat Cincinnati.
They did. That was the upset of the week.
Oh, yeah. No business being.
None.
Like I said on whatever day that was, what's with Joe Burrow's hair? It's like he got the rookie party.
Finally, they got Burrows.
Bleached his hair. What is going on? So
I didn't see those Giants uniforms till today. Are those bad? Oh, my. Who thought that was a good idea?
The pantses. There was no business wearing those.
The skin-toned pants. Oh.
Per your question, Sharky, Sam Darnold's last win was September 8th with Minnesota because they won in week 1.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh,
yes.
Coulson
burns me.
Little burn from Coulson there.
All right.
It's the all-new Sportscage.
Thanks, Coulson.
On the streams and on 620 CKRM.
The all-new Sports Cage is brought to you by Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They'll treat you right. 781-2090. Rider Nation, the all-new Sports Cage is bringing you Cooperators Rough Rider football like never before. Now, for every home game, you can watch the Rider Radio live stream on our Sports Cage YouTube channel. Saturday, September 28th, the Riders take on the Red Blacks. The live stream starts at 10 with countdown to kickoff brought to you by Croft Electric. And we wrap up the game with a Sports Cage Radio Roundtable brought to you by McDougall Auction. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. And don't miss a minute of our Rider Radio live stream.
When it comes to duct cleaning, call Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They'll clean out the dust and debris that builds up over the summer. When you need protection, they offer a monthly plan for homeowners to get regular service done on their AC and furnace, as well as plumbing. And when it comes to furnace servicing, it's never too early to get that done too. Bronco will service your furnace and have you ready to go before winter hits. Consider it today, so you can rest easy tomorrow. Learn more at broncoplumbing.com.
Christmas with Johnny Reid, December 12th at the Connexus Arts Center. Catch Juno Award winner and multi-platinum selling recording artist Johnny Reid live on stage in a joyful celebration of holiday spirit, sharing personal favorites, cherished classics, and inspiring stories to usher in the holiday season. Christmas with Johnny Reid, December 12th at the Connexus Arts Center. Get your tickets at connexusartcenter.ca. See you at the center.
In town, at the cabin, or on the farm. Only one rural internet provider brings you a whole home solution. Access Rural Internet now offers download and upload speeds up to 350 megs for one low price. Plus, keep entertained with Access Next TV Stream and keep an eye on your home and property with Access Rural Security, each for just $14.95 a month extra. Get more from your rural internet service. Visit myaccess.ca today.
Freeze Tallman dares you to dream of a stunning deck. Freeze Tallman Lumber has everything you need for your dream backyard deck, including brown-treated lumber, a large variety of composite decking, aluminum railing, and more. Plus, Freeze Tallman offers a safe and reliable delivery service right to your backyard, cottage, or anywhere in southern Saskatchewan. Come check them out online at freezetallman.com or see them in Regina or Fort Capel. Freeze Tallman. Let's get you building.
The largest selection of pre-owned trucks and SUVs is at Capital GMC. The GM Certified Truck Sale is on right now. Over 170 pre-owned trucks and SUVs, GMC, Chevy, Fords, Rams, Toyotas, gas and diesel, available at the lowest prices. And all GM Certified vehicles come with roadside assistance and a 150-plus point inspection. The massive GM Certified Truck and SUV Sale at Capital GMC on the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina. CapitalGMC.ca.
Summer's here, and if you want to have the best one yet, you'll need a boat from Kevin's Marine in Fort Capel. Right now, they are putting folks on the water with the lowest prices of the year, including manufacturer's rebates, dealer discounts, and low payment financing on a fantastic selection of Lund and Four Winds boats, and pontoons from Crest and Harris. Now is the time to save big bucks and enjoy summer. Big savings, big fun, all at Kevin's Marine. Kevin's Marine in Fort Capel. Stop by or shop online at kevinsmarine.com.
From the Sask Today newsroom, here's what's making news in Saskatchewan.
Producers and farm workers again being reminded to work safe as harvest starts to move into the stretch run.
Sask Today's team of local journalists are on the ground in communities across Saskatchewan, focusing on local topics that matter to you. Visit and bookmark sasktoday.ca and sign up for our daily news digest. sasktoday.ca. Everybody has a story. From Harvard Media, everywhere.
Your sewer backed up big time. Some guys came, tore up the carpet and drywall, then disappeared, leaving a mess that's almost as bad as the first one. That's one disaster after another disaster. But even so, Winmar Property Restoration gets that ugliness handled. It doesn't matter if they didn't start the job, Winmar will finish it. And they'll finish it quickly. Winmar Property Restoration, 949-0032. See winmar.ca.
The all-new Sportscage is live streaming from our Century Studios in downtown Regina. Watch now at sportscage.com. Be part of the show by texting 306-936-6262. 620 CKRM.
Welcome back. Shank and Sharky, Colson, Curtis on the streams. Yes, the streams are working. Sorry, the guy that texted me that the streams weren't working, he said he was out to lunch. So yeah, if you're watching us and our faces, you get to see Connor Bedard now in the studio, thanks to Donnie Uren from Extreme Hockey, who dropped that off. Football talk of a different variety, local style right now. We'll start with the Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation 50-50. Riders5050.ca. You have until Tuesday, the 17th, to get in for the early bird prize. So
because there's no game this week.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
They're on the bye week. So the early bird prize for this week and then next into Tuesday is a Whistler ski vacation. You ever been to Whistler?
No.
I've never been to Whistler. Includes flights, 3 nights accommodations for 2 at Blackcomb Springs Suites. Sounds fancy.
Blackcomb does, yeah.
Sounds
really fancy.
Yes, probably a nice hot tub.
Hope so.
And a robe. Each.
Oh, you like the robes, don't you?
I love going to a hot tub and a robe. I feel that classes up the place. When they leave you 2 robes in your room, no, maybe I'm wrong.
The banana hammocks under there headed to the hot tub.
1 day lift pass, shuttle transfers, or you can take $3,600 cash. So you're going to buy 50-50 for the 20th game. Riders5050.ca. Local football on the airwaves here on Saturday. Talk about a huge game at Mosaic Stadium. The 2-0 Regina Rams, 10th ranked team in the country, taking on the visiting 0-2 UBC Thunderbirds.
Big game. Big game. And by the way, I was there Friday night when they played U of S. Great football game.
Heard it was a great crowd.
A great crowd. I'll bet you there was 10,000 people there. It was awesome.
If I wasn't coaching, I so wanted to go to that. Because it's not, like I said, it's not all the time you get a perfect night and then 2 Saskatchewan rivals.
It was awesome.
The game on Saturday is an afternoon affair, a Hawaiian breakfast special. It starts at 2 o'clock. The pregame show right here on 620 CKRM with Brennan McGuire starts at 1:45. Also, the Regina Thunder coming off that loss to the Hilltops. They're in action this weekend as well. But I want to talk about the Regina Thunder. They play Edmonton Wildcats at Leibel Field.
On Sunday?
Sunday, 1 o'clock.
Okay.
1 o'clock at Leibel. Edmonton Wildcats, Regina Thunder. Now, high school football style this evening. Oh, the Thunder game, sorry. Forgot about this one. On the game here on Sunday against Edmonton, they are 3-1. It's the salute to minor football. Players wearing their team jerseys will get into the game for absolutely nothing, free. And the game sponsors for this week's showdown, Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation and the Co-op Refinery Complex. So big day celebrating.
Take the Rugrats out, go to the football game.
Celebrating minor football Sunday afternoon at Leibel Field. High school football tonight in Regina.
You've lost the sheet. I know we got 2 at Taylor Field, 1 at Leibel. Right?
There it is.
There it is.
Yes, exactly. You are correct, Sharky.
Wise.
Rifle, Winston Knoll. The Battle of Rochdale.
The Royal Riffles and Winston Knoll. Riffle Royals.
Rochdale.
Battle for Rush. Is there a trophy? I think there is.
It's a leather jacket.
It's a used 87 Pontiac Grand Am.
That one's at 5:15. Hey, I live right smack in the middle of those schools. That's awesome. And then at 7:30, that's at Mosaic, 5:15, so a little bit here. And then 7:30, LaBoldus and Campbell. That'll be a good clash.
That's a big Southern Classic. Yep.
And then, like you said, there is one game at Libel this evening. It's O'Neill and Johnson. That's at 5:15. So lots of high school football.
They'd already be there. Warming up.
In Regina tonight. On the, what else do we got? That's tomorrow. On the 6A, 6-a-side, 2A style tonight, or today, Shaunavon is home to Notre Dame. If you're anywhere in the SWAC
part
conference,
of the
used to be the voice of the SWAC football. Oh, God, I loved calling those games. This is 9-man, 9-a-side football.
I was going to say Notre Dame's 9, not
Notre Dame
6.
is traveling into Shaunavon. It kicked off at 4 o'clock. We just kicked off a little bit ago. I know one of the referees in that game this evening. Commissioner of the SJHL, Kyle McIntyre.
Really? He's refereeing the minor football game. Love it.
It's awesome. We got a wacky games tomorrow. Thanks to everyone who has been emailing in hi@sportscage.com because I'm compiling all the information for the games, Friday night light games tomorrow. There are 2 games that people have been all over that I'm going to have to... I'll tease them right now. So let me go to it. One is a rematch of the 2A 6-a-side gold medal game between Watrous and Clavette. Watrous tomorrow, 7 p.m. under the lights in Watrous. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And then the other one is... I asked if there was a canteen. Highway 22 Storm. So that's Cupar and Southie. They're hosting Ituna tomorrow night under the light. That would be fun to go to.
Which one? Where's that at? Cupar or Southie? Which one?
I think it's in Southie. It's in Southie.
It's in Southie? Okay.
And then I asked the nice person that emailed in to hi@sportscage.com if there was a canteen, all that stuff. Yep, canteen. The Lions Club, of course, donating their time to work. And the portable light towers were also donated by a few different places. So there's lights. That
nice.
Southie will be buzzing. There'll be a lot of, speaking of Yetis, when we had Donnie Uren on.
There'll be a few Yetis, field side.
That's what it's all about. And the 4K, isn't it supposed to be nice tomorrow night?
It's supposed to be very nice tomorrow night. Yep. It's going to be a great night for football.
So if we're not giving the plugs to your high school football, doesn't matter. 12, 9, 6, hi@sportscage.com. We want to be all over it. We want to help out where we can, and I just think it's fantastic.
It's a favorite time of year for high schools, right? Football's a big deal. It gets the school spirit off. It gets everybody excited about the school year, and I think it's outstanding. Those teams are all playing.
What the topic that we were talking about earlier, and people are still texting in. A lot of people are starting to drive home now, whatever city you're in. We were talking about hockey sheets of ice.
Yes.
And how in Regina, the Queen City, the capital city, there are 0
privately owned.
Privately or owned by another corporation company. Everything is city, which is okay. Yep. It's okay. City owned, city run. They're all of that variety in Regina. In Saskatoon, up the road, I asked you, I kind of had a little trivia. How many do you think privately owned or owned outside of the city sheets of ice? And what did you guess?
6.
You guessed 6, and it's actually 11.
Yeah, that's amazing to me.
Which is fascinating. Then we went down, and a lot of people have... so there's a lot of people in Saskatoon listening. So people are like, why do you always talk about Saskatoon? I'm from there. It's a small province. A lot of people go there, and a lot of people from Saskatoon are listening.
And we cover the whole province.
It's a provincial show, yes. So people were saying, don't forget about the old Wesley room at Latrace, which my brother played on. Those guys barbecued till the wee hours of the morning. It was an absolute party. And then what was the other one? So yeah, the Shro Arena. We talked about the Shro.
39 dressing rooms in there.
Yes. So you heard that correctly.
39.
If your husband plays,
this is brilliant.
rec hockey. If you're on a female rec hockey team, anything, get how the Shro Arena in Saskatoon runs things. No minor hockey. They cater to the 60 and over division starting at 8 in the morning. Then they have skill development programs that come in for a bit after school, and then it goes into the 50 and over and the 35 and over division. One sheet of ice.
I thought you said there's 2.
There's one sheet of ice at the Shore Arena. There are 39 private dressing rooms. You don't have to take your equipment home. It's a clubhouse. It's all it is.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant idea. It's a great setup. Regina could use this so badly. It would eliminate a lot of the fuss about who plays where and what, because if you're in that age group, you go to that rink, you got your own private dressing room, you carry on accordingly.
And it's, you put TV in there, you go and
like you said, they don't have a concession at all or anything. It's just an ice surface that they clean, and they don't have to clean the dressing rooms. They don't have to do anything. It's fantastic. I got to find somebody with $6 million who wants to do it.
Yeah, that's
the catch.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple.
This is for an IOU. You might want to keep this one. Speaking of Dumb and Dumber, when Mr. Shro, this is a text message coming in, no name here, but thanks for texting. When Mr. Shro built the Shro Arena, the dressing rooms were heated by car radiators. That's how you know it's privately owned. Was watching daughter playing Regret 10 years ago, and the wife was asking why are guys walking in with crock pots. And I told her, guys eat in their dressing rooms after each game. Yeah. Exactly.
You don't go out.
Potluck.
Right, it's potluck.
Especially around Christmas times. I know the guys out in Balgony do that too.
Yeah.
They do.
Well, the deer sausage comes in.
I can't run with that. But it's such a cool thing. And I know every year there's the rumor, Regina's getting a privately owned rink and it's going to be out by the university or it's going to be out in the east. And it seems like every year. Now, mind you, I sent that to you. What did it say to build a hockey rink? We had a hockey rink business plan.
$3 to $6 million.
So let's go high, $6 million.
$6 million.
Is that with land?
I'd have to go back and reread the whole thing.
And then you need to run it all year round, obviously.
Yep.
If you can build 2 sheets, you're better off. 1 Zamboni, 2 sheets of ice. And then, see, the minor hockey thing where some of these rinks, and I think somebody messaged in from Manitoba as well, one of the other rinks, there's no minor hockey.
No.
It is at like adult safe or adult leagues, and then maybe you have these performance groups come in.
Or a tournament or whatever. Yeah. Depends on the season. I can see a tremendous upside to this idea. Tremendous upside. Especially with the private dressing rooms. That's the part that appeals to me the most. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody likes dragging that bag around.
No. Well, when I first moved here, it was playing rec hockey again, but having to haul your bag around. And it was 3, 4, 5 years in Saskatoon that we had our own private room.
At the Shro.
You get... No, it was at La Trace. You get so...
comfortable.
Soft.
No, it's comfortable.
It's
not soft.
Trying to walk up the Brandt Center stairs at 11 o'clock at night, especially if you've pulled something at 40 whatever years old, it is the worst.
I'm more worried about falling down the stairs going into the Brandt Center than walking up.
They never took my advice that we talked about in February of putting in always just for the regular stands.
What do you mean?
In the Brandt Center? People walk up and down those stairs. There's nothing to hang on to.
No, they got to.
If you're elderly,
yeah.
I'm 47 and I'm getting to the point that every time I walk downstairs now, I have to hold on to something.
I'm surprised you're sitting upright.
Scared.
Yeah.
Connor Bedard still sitting upright.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
If you've been listening to the full show,
we'll did a good job of keeping him standing up.
We'll keep talking about this in hour 3.
I love
There's
the
a lot
idea.
there to unpack.
I do.
And people are starting to text in again because they're driving home. It's like private ranks losing their mind. It is the all-new Sportscage. If you're watching on the stream.
If I had $6 million, I'd do it right now.
Well, how much can you get for a loan? If you went to the bank, how much could I? Maybe we're onto something here. And I can't get near that.
Well, we got to come up with a business plan.
We know some
the
people.
Dumbest idea.
We know some people.
Okay.
620 CKRM and on the streams on X and now on YouTube.
You get home from work, and as soon as you open the door, you realize, oh, this place smells like shocking surprise. You've got sewer problems. Let's be honest, sewer problems literally stink. You need to call someone who will get your sewer situation all sorted out. You need the sewer experts at Bronco Plumbing and Heating. They're number 1 in the number 2 business. Bronco Plumbing and Heating, serving Regina, Moose Jaw, and the surrounding area. 306-781-2090. Give them a call. They'll treat you right.
In town, at the cabin, or on the farm. Only one rural internet provider brings you a whole home solution. Access Rural Internet now offers download and upload speeds up to 350 megs for one low price. Plus, keep entertained with Access Next TV Stream and keep an eye on your home and property with Access Rural Security, each for just $14.95 a month extra. Get more from your rural internet service. Visit myaccess.ca today.
When the outdoorsman in you is itching to get back out on the hunt, look no further than TNT Gunworks, your local Vortex Optics dealer. All Vortex products, including scopes, rangefinders, and binoculars, all come with a VIP no-fault warranty for life, which means the best warranty in the game for the peace of mind that you need. Vortex stands behind their product 100%. The TNT service department will do all installation of your Vortex Optics free of charge. Check out the wide variety of Vortex scopes, binoculars, rangefinders, accessories, and more. TNT Gunworks Regina.
Get it hot and get it fast. Western Pizza.
Some will try to tell you 8 inches is enough. Others will say 10 inches will do. But when you want a lot of pizza, you gotta hanker down with the delicious 13-inch pepperoni from Western Pizza. Why mess with a good thing? You know what you want. 13 inches of pepperoni pizza perfection from Western Pizza. Western Pizza. Big on toppings, big on taste. Dine in or take out. Order today.
And get it hot and get it fast. Western Pizza.
Hospitals of Regina Foundation Home Lottery New Zealand VIP deadline is midnight tomorrow. What if you could spend 10 days exploring New Zealand's South Island or take $20,000? Be in to win the $1.4 million grand prize package built by Ripplinger Homes with $25,000, the Echo Lake Cottage Early Bird, and the convertible and Cali bonus prize. VIP deadline midnight tomorrow. Buy now at hrfhomelottery.com. License LR24-0046.
Arcola Co-op has you ready for your deck renovations. Whether it be a new build or yearly maintenance, Arcola Co-op has you covered. Everything from decking boards, framing projects, hardware, cement pads, anything for your deck. Get ready for summer at home or at the cottage with a new or refreshed deck from Arcola Co-op. With delivery to Kenosee and White Bear. Open Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Arcola Co-op on Highway 13 since 1916. Arcola Co-op Home Center. You're at home here.
Watrous Mainline GM's Harvest savings are on now. Save up to $15,000 on new 2024 Chevy and GMC half-tons with financing of 0% for 72 months available. Huge selection of on-ground Yukon, Yukon XLs, and Tahoes. In search of a 1-ton diesel cab and chassis? Watrous Mainline has one ready to go. Watrous Mainline Motors is worth the drive every time, and they're wishing all farmers a safe and bountiful harvest. Watrous Mainline GM, your small-town family-owned dealership since 1962.
With over 380 conveniently located cardlock locations, Co-op offers the largest cardlock network in Western Canada. Count on us to keep you fueled 24/7, right from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, through to Thunder Bay, Ontario, and all points in between.
Welcome back to the all-new Sports Cage. Get social with us. Follow us on X at Sports Cage. Watch our video stream at sportscage.com and always on the radio at 620 CKRM.
It is for Access Communications on Thursday. Keeping it rolling. 936-6262. If you want to chime in, yeah. 39.
I'm blown away with the Shro Arena idea. I gotta go see that. I gotta figure out how to make this work. This is fantastic.
I can't believe you've never been there as a hockey guy.
No.
Do you know where it is?
It's on Lawrence Street. Yeah.
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 Do you remember where the old German club was in Saskatoon? No. The Willows golf course?
No.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not help. You're no help.
I spent one summer in Saskatoon bartending.
Where?
Confettis.
You saw some stuff.
Confettis and the Saskatoon Club.
You did some stuff. Saskatoon Club's still there.
Yep. Confettis isn't. Well, it's Outlaws now, isn't it?
It's Outlaws.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation 50/50. Riders5050.ca. You got until Tuesday to get into the early bird bonus prize. It's a Whistler ski vacation. Three nights, flights, 1 day lift pass. That's all I would be able to ski, so that's perfect. When's the last time you skied?
Oh, decades.
I love it, but it is you get to that certain age, and you never know if that ski,
it's 20 years.
If that ski hits a rut or gets stuck, and then you always see the person hobbling around. They ripped up their knee. They
started making those snow blades. Do you ever see those?
No.
Instead of a long ski, like a 5-foot ski, these things are like 2 feet long or 18 inches long.
Like a snowshoe with a blade, though?
No, it was like a skate blade almost. Like it was rounded about, like it was tipped up at both ends, so you could go backwards.
Oh,
but you wore a regular ski boot. It was like skating on the ski hill. It was way more effective, way easier on guys my age not to get hurt. It was a much much better solution.
Took off your Nike skates and you
took off my Nike skates, put on the snow blades, kept my loser status going, and down the hill.
People were watching you on that hill and going, "Look at that weirdo."
They were available at the rental shop. Everybody could get them,
but no one else was renting.
Nobody else. I was the only one. They were good. I enjoyed it. It was a much better experience for me.
Western Pizza guest hotline. It's that time of the week. We go out and talk to our friend Brian Raymond from Flowing Springs Golf Course. Brian Raymond. Hey, Brian, you're a hockey guy. I know your time with the Moose Jaw Warriors and all that. You probably weren't listening to the program because you're super busy out there. Guess how many non-city owned sheets of ice the city of Saskatoon has?
Non-city owned. 2.
Regina's got 0, so you're going to go with 2.
Brian, that's kind of a disappointing guess on your part.
Saskatoon has 11.
11 privately owned rinks?
Privately owned sheets of ice. Or corporate owned by not owned by the city.
Yeah.
Wow.
11. Isn't that crazy? The Shore Arena. You ever been to the Shore Arena, Brian?
Yes.
Here's another question. Guess how many private dressing rooms for the leagues they have in that one sheet Shore Arena?
Holy crap, they have quite a few there, as I recall.
39.
39.
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
Could we build a private rink out there? You got any land out there by Flowing Springs?
Well, you know what? That would be really an interesting concept.
Brian,
but we don't want to give up any of our driving range.
Wow, Brian. We could put a net up. They can hit it in the net.
No, you want to hit off grass, though. I was going to say you could put it on the roof of the rink. And you tee it
you
off.
Still have grass up there.
Okay, let's talk golf. Brian, you changed the times now. It's actually not a bad night. The wind's starting to dying down. People should come play golf out there.
Actually, I just checked. It's about 22 degrees. It's really, really nice, and the wind is dying down. The sun's come out, and we still had that special every day at 5 o'clock now. $22 to come out and play the golf course. Our regular specials every day, $38 after 3. That's our early twilight. And ladies and seniors, always keep in mind, we're getting to the end of the season. Please take advantage of this great special. $37 on Mondays and Wednesdays for ladies and seniors to come out and play the golf course. And let's not forget, we have this fantastic driving range with all grass tees.
And then we always talk about it. If you're thinking about, because I think we're talking about it here sometimes, if you want a corporate event, last minute, late September, you take a look at the forecast and go, ooh, it's supposed to be mid-20s.
Let's get the fellas out.
Or girls.
Yeah.
Let's get them out. You'll do a little supper or lunch for them and get them out on the golf course, Brian.
Yeah, we can do all that kind of stuff. And, the season is winding down. I hate to tell you this, but the days are getting shorter, and it is coming to an end. So, folks, if you want to get out and play, don't wait.
I'm going to put you on the spot with this one. I just thought of this question. It doesn't involve hockey rinks. How many hole-in-ones out there this year?
This year we've had 3.
Which holes?
9, 1 on 9, 1 on 8, and 1 on 12.
What time are tee times starting out there now, Brian?
We're starting at 7, but I think, actually I know for sure that on the 16th, which I guess is next Monday, we're going to be starting at 8.
We should go play one morning out there.
Sure.
If Sharky and I come out
that time of day?
Sure.
Your coffee's on?
Coffee's on. Coffee's always on.
Coffee's always on. Brian, thanks so much. Let's talk again Tuesday.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Cheers, Brian. You can find them online. You can book flowingsprings.com. And then the phone number, Colson, is You call it all the time.
306-543-5050.
There you go. It's the All New Sports Cage on the streams, X and YouTube. And as always, on the home of the Regina Rams, 620 CKRM.
When you have a big job on the go, always head to Prairieland Rental for everything from skid steers to excavators to jackhammers. You'll get everything done with equipment just from Prairieland. You won't need to go anywhere else. And at Prairieland, you deal directly with the owner. They're very local and very Sask. They appreciate your local business and they've got everything you need for your projects. They'll even deliver. Prairieland Rental, 600 Albert Street. PrairielandRental.com.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every game, home or away. And don't wait for the last minute. Get in on the amazing early bird prizes. Everything raised is used to support minor football in Saskatchewan. Support a great cause and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Sponsored by ISC.
For pizza lovers who are short on time and hungry for a great deal, Little Caesars Pizza is ready when you are. Walk in, grab your hot and ready favorites, and walk out. It's just that easy. Try the classic hot and ready medium pepperoni pizza for only $7.99. You get a delicious quality pizza at a great price. It's available all day, every day for just $7.99 at Little Caesars. And try other hot and ready favorites like their iconic Crazy Bread or Caesar Wings. Little Caesars Pizza, 20 years of hot and ready.
Fall is here and the water is fine. Water Vision Pool and Spas in Moose Jaw is your one-stop destination to relaxation. After a busy summer, the showroom is now fully restocked with hot tubs and accessories. In stock right now, brand new hot tubs starting at only $97.50. You won't find a deal like this anywhere. Once harvest is over, it's time to relax in your brand new Hydro Pool hot tub from Water Vision in Moose Jaw. Get in today while the selection is at its best. The water is calling. Maybe you should answer. Water Vision Pool and Spas, High Street, Moose Jaw.
ProTill by Degelman Industries is the original high-speed, high-performance disc. It's the ideal tool for fixing headlands, leveling and filling ruts and tracks, and cleaning up cattails and sloughs. Today's heavy tractors, trucks, sprayers, and grain carts can produce deep, compacted ruts that restrict root growing space, inhibiting yields and potentially damaging expensive equipment. Take care of them with the industry-leading ProTill. Contact your local Degelman dealer or visit Degelman.com for more information. Degelman, engineered tough.
In town, at the cabin, or on the farm, only one rural internet provider brings you a whole home solution. Access Rural Internet now offers download and upload speeds up to 350 megs for one low price. Plus, keep entertained with Access Next TV Stream and keep an eye on your home and property with Access Rural Security, each for just $14.95 a month extra. Get more from your rural internet service. Visit myaccess.ca today.
Country Corner, brought to you by Municipal Hail Insurance, proudly serving farmers. MunicipalHail.ca.
Take in the Southie Summer Market every Sunday from 10 to 2 until the end of the month. A variety of local vendors with baking, jewelry, clothing, and more. You can find them on the junction of Highway 6 and 22 as you enter Southie. And save the date, December 12th, for Christmas with Johnny Reid at the Connexus Arts Center. Johnny will bring you an unforgettable night filled with holiday cheer and beloved classics. Limited tickets available at connexusartcenter.ca.
For more information, visit 620ckrm.com.
It's 5 o'clock. Good evening. It's mostly cloudy and it's 22 degrees in Regina. I'm Corey Atkinson from the Harvard Media News Center with 620 CKRM News for Echo Sound in Fort Capel. Stay connected with the new cell phone from Echo Sound. Call 306-332-6711. And for Kevin's Marine, make the most of summer with a boat or pontoon from Kevin's Marine in Fort Capel. kevinsmarine.com. Remember how you were in school and you'd have a quiz and you'd have to check or not check boxes? Well, the new campaign from the Saskatchewan Teachers Federation is asking you to do that for the upcoming municipal, provincial, and school board elections this fall. President Samantha Beacott of the STF explains the goals for their campaign.
With this campaign, we aim to make public education a key issue for the upcoming elections, both the provincial election, which will be on or before October 28th, and the school board elections on November 13th.
The SDF is asking that candidates restore and maintain per-student funding, address class size and complexity, and address the growing concern of violence in the classroom. Harvest is moving along quickly, but at the cost of little to no moisture last week. Megan Rosso with the Ministry of Agriculture says the lack of rain reduced adequate topsoil moisture levels.
Currently, cropland topsoil moisture is rated as 1% surplus, 33% adequate, 43% short, and 23% very short. Hayland is rated as 1% surplus, 26% adequate, 43% short, and 30% very short. And as we look to pasture topsoil moisture conditions, they're currently rated at 17% adequate, 43% short, and 40% very short.
Harvest in the province is now 61% complete. Questions remain about the identities of 3 people murdered inside a home in Lloydminster. They were found yesterday as officers responded to a wellness check request. RCMP Staff Sergeant Brian Nichols says details about the victims won't be released.
While I cannot confirm the identities, the cause of death, or other investigative details, I can tell you at this time it appears that this is a targeted, isolated incident.
Nichols says suspects are at large, but the public is not at risk. Autopsies are expected to determine how the 3 people died. And not only can Americans vote in U.S. congressional elections, they can now bet on them too.
People began betting on which political party would win control of Congress in the November elections within minutes of a judge's ruling Thursday allowing the bets. New York startup company Kalshi began taking what amounts to bets on the outcome of the November congressional elections after a judge refused to block them from doing so. It's not clear whether the company intends to offer bets on other races or whether sports books or online casinos would seek to offer similar political bets in light of the ruling. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission has filed an emergency appeal. I'm Norman Hall.
That was your 620 CKRM News. Coming up next, your 620 CKRM Weather.
With the success of the recent Apollo space flights, man has been brought another step closer to the moon. Aboard these flights, 3 astronauts, and with them, top-of-the-line smartphones with all the latest features.
Houston, we've got no problem at all. We're loving these smartphones that we got at Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer.
Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer's biggest role isn't in the space program. It's right here on Earth, in Fort Qu'Appelle, or online at echosound.ca.
Summer's here, and if you want to have the best one yet, you'll need a boat from Kevin's Marine in Fort Qu'Appelle. Right now, they are putting folks on the water with the lowest prices of the year, including manufacturer's rebates, dealer discounts, and low payment financing on a fantastic selection of Lund and Four Winds boats and pontoons from Crest and Harris. Now is the time to save big bucks and enjoy summer. Big savings, big fun, all at Kevin's Marine. Kevin's Marine in Fort Qu'Appelle. Stop by or shop online at kevinsmarine.com.
It's 5:04, and I'm Corey Atkinson with your 620 CKRM Precision Weather, brought to you by LionX Regina. Serious protection, killer looks, 1865 McCarras Street, and for Matt's Furniture. Visit mattsfurniture.ca. Now here's Precision Weather meteorologist Phil Spivak.
The wind's back down tonight as we shift into more of that south to southeasterly direction, then turn around tomorrow into the south to southwest. That cold air drifts across the region. We get stuck in the low 20s tomorrow, maybe another shower as it goes by. Just a slight risk for that through the day. And then once it goes by, a pretty decent weekend is going to be shaping up. Still some cloudiness lingering, still very gusty winds. They're gusting tomorrow up to 65 kilometers per hour. The high 21. 24 is the high on Saturday, partly to mostly sunny sky. Wind noticeable, but far lower than tomorrow, likely about half the speed, 15 to 30. Mostly sunny sky for Sunday with a high of 27. Monday should be right around 27 as well. Overall, pretty quiet into the start of the week. A couple of showers will roll through. We likely could see a couple of showers beyond some warmer temperatures, those upper 20s. They're with us for a few days into next week. Then showers will signal the end for the second half.
With your 620 CKRM weather forecast, I'm Precision Weather meteorologist Phil Spivak.
Across the province at this hour, Saskatoon is 16, Swift Current 16, Assiniboia 22, Yorkton Melville 21, Moosomin Broadview 24, Estevan 23, and Weyburn is 22. At this hour in Moose Jaw, it's cloudy, winds from the southeast at 28, and it's 23 degrees. Regina is mostly cloudy, winds from the southeast at 30, and it's 22 degrees. Get news and information anytime through the CKRM app or stream online at 620CKRM.com.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line-X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line-X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line-X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line-X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line-X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
He's at it again. Matt's sharpening his pencil to save you more money at Matt's Furniture. Want to level up your washer and dryer pair with Maytag? Get the Maytag top load washer and electric dryer set with wrinkle prevention for $1,598. Or get the larger Maytag washer and electric dryer set with quick dry cycle, just $24.98. Purchase either and get a free year supply of Swash detergent. See in store for details. Matt's Furniture in Fort Capel, Kamsack, Melville, and Foam Lake, or online at mattsfurniture.ca.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents the all-new Sportscage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by Access Communications, trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. Be a part of the show. Call 1-866-760-620 or text 306-936-6262. The all-new Sportscage, streaming at sportscage.com and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
We're back. Barney Shinkaruk and Sharky, Colson, and Curtis on the production side here today. Like the voice said, it's for Access Communications. Football games, as we mentioned, locally here. 5:15 kickoff. We got the Battle of Rochdale. Riffle and Winston Knoll.
Wolverines and the Royals.
Riffle's supposed to be really good this year.
They're usually a pretty good club.
If a guy was sprinkling on this, Riffle would probably be I'm going to guess a 12-point favorite this evening.
Are you running a book on high school football?
Maybe. Leboldus, Campbell, they're at 7:30 at Mosaic, and then over at Libel, we got O'Neill and Johnson. That's at 5:15, so that's in about 8 minutes time. They're kicking off. And then if you're out in this one, give us an update, please. If you're listening in your vehicle, Shaunavon and Notre Dame in Shaunavon started at 4 o'clock. They're about an hour in. That'd be a fantastic battle going on. Little 9-a-side football down in Shaunavon. We got more coming up. We get the NASCAR report. I'm curious how I'm doing in the playoff pool thing that I have no idea.
You actually can't be eliminated yet. I need to be clear with you. You cannot be eliminated till after the first 3 races.
I know I took George Bell's family member and Pokey Reddicks. Yes. That's who I know I have going to the final. That's all I know.
You've got the guy that won last week's race. You're still in. Yeah. You've got Logano.
Right on.
Yeah.
The all-new Sportscage with CFL and Saskatchewan Roughrider legend Glenn Suter is brought to you by Quality Tire. With 9 locations across Saskatchewan, visit qualitytire.ca.
Glenn, how are you on this Thursday out in the Vancouver on the West Coast there? What was the weather like there today? I always like to ask you what the weather was like there.
Well, beautiful, sunny, and every time I'm getting still used to this podcast format that we're on, and I have to remember that I have to shave more than just before my games.
The video stream. No, it looks okay. Hey, little 5 o'clock shadow never hurt anybody.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah. No, beautiful weather over here. Getting ready to do the Lions game first, and then I head to Calgary for game 2.
Okay, so let's go into that first. Well, let's go into that game first. I want to talk about Montreal gets some injuries. We'll get into that in a bit. Lions and Argonauts. That's the game in BC. Lions are a 4.5-point favorite going into this one. This one intrigues me. I feel like maybe we could use statement game for this, or measuring stick, especially for the Argos.
Absolutely, and maybe for Chad Kelly, can Chad Kelly bounce back from all of his stuff? And believe me, there's a lot of luggage there, a lot of baggage that he's carried along, and has had to kind of deal with. And I'm not trying to create sympathy for a guy who's struggling, but I just, if he can get his game back, and I talked to them this week, a couple of the players there, and they were saying that they're very confident in him, that he looks good in practice. Every week he's looked a little better, just like Nathan Rourke, really. I mean, completely different reasons that they came and joined when they did. But, I think it is a statement game for Chad Kelly. I think it's a statement game for the Argos, and let's see if Nathan can continue to build. I mean, Game 1, not very good at all. Game 2, much, much better. Still didn't get the win. Game 3 win. Game 4 win. So he's back.
What's up with Vernon Adams?
Healthy. And I asked Rick Campbell this week about how difficult this decision is becoming because, I don't know if everyone knows this, but Rick Campbell would not have signed Nathan back to the team. And that there were other teams interested. But the only way that Rick Campbell wanted this to go down was if VA was part of the process. He had to stay on the team. It wasn't bring in Nathan, trade Vernon Adams. He is too well liked. He is too good a teammate. And for, all extents purposes, he's that good a player. I mean, he was the MOP front runner in the first part of the season, the first third of the season. So, I can't think of a better quarterback situation on any team than to have Nathan Rourke with, his form back and Vernon Adams as a backup who was an MOP candidate just a month and a half ago.
That dressing room's got to be uncomfortable, though, with both of those guys there. Like, that Vernon Adams got you to the start of the year that you wanted and got you off to a great start. And now we've got Rourke playing, and you're watching the guy, Vernon Adams, who was your guy, who was the guy that you were leaning on, sitting on the bench. It's got to be uncomfortable in that dressing room.
I think winning cures that.
Winning will help, but it's still got to be an unhappy place.
Well, it can be. It certainly has the potential to be. But with these two guys, I really think it's different. I know when back 100 years ago, when it was Tom Burgess and Kent Austin, they made sure it wasn't uncomfortable. And we saw both of them play in key situations. I mean, people remember Tom Burgess basically was the quarterback for the West Final in Edmonton. So, two quarterbacks have worked, but it depends on the quarterbacks. If one turns around and tries to divide the team, if Vernon Adams, started pouting, dividing the team and saying, hey, who's with me? And then who's with Nathan? Then, it is a major problem. Potential to be there, no question. But from all indications, including when I watched them on the sideline, Vernon Adams has been nothing but a great teammate. I mean, you should hear Nathan Rourke rave about the teammate that is Vernon Adams. And yes, he wants to play. I'm not suggesting he's okay with losing his starting job, so to speak, but he was hurt. He is now healthy. It hasn't become a problem in the room in BC because of those two guys, and I don't think it will. I think they just feel like we have our best chance to win with both of us. We're probably going to need both of us, and they're great friends too, by the way, great friends. So,
okay.
It really hasn't been a problem.
To me, from the outside looking in, it would seem that, it looks okay right now, but you got to think there's guys in that room going, he was our guy, where'd he go?
Well, and Barney makes a point too, though. Like if let's say they lose 3 in a row here, in fact, I don't think it would get to 3 in a row. If they lose 1 and Nathan doesn't play well, I wouldn't be surprised at all now to see Vernon Adams start the next game.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they'll lose 3 in a row.
No,
okay.
I don't.
But while we're talking about this, do you find it interesting what they're going to be doing in Edmonton?
No, you guys know how I feel about Trey Ford, and that when the other head coach was in charge, and Chris Jones, I don't know this for fact, but it felt like that Trey Ford was not given an opportunity for a reason that wasn't related to his actual abilities on the field. And they went 0-7 before they gave him a shot. Then they won 2 in a row with him as a starter. So going back to him is not really a surprise especially in that there's a new head coach in Jarius Jackson. And how about this? I mean, when I talk about quarterback rooms, I think BC maybe have the best, but that's a pretty good one too in Edmonton when you see what McLeod Bethel-Thompson's done the last 2 games and then what Trey Ford brings to the table. Because if I'm a defensive coordinator playing that team now, I have really 2 different playbooks depending on who's starting the game. So last 2 games, it was McLeod Bethel-Thompson. And so a DC coming up in the next week has to say, okay, it's a drop back guy. He's a timing thrower. He can make all the throws. He likes the corners. You know, this is the type of guy we're playing. And then they say, hey, Trey Ford's starting next week. Now you got to scrap all of that. And you go, well, now we got a rabbit back there that can still make all the throws, but we better contain him and maybe even spy him. So your defensive game plan completely changes if it's Trey as opposed to MBT. So that's a good position to be in as a coach. You can keep them guessing the whole time, and it eats up your work week if you're a defensive coordinator trying to prepare for them. You're just like, we better be ready for both. And you're spending a lot of time just trying to distinguish between the two.
It's interesting you bring up good quarterback rooms. Let's talk about one that's maybe not so good in Calgary. What is Calgary's next move? Right? They benched Mayer. They went with the other guy. He threw more interceptions than Ronnie Lancaster all in one game. What is the next move in Calgary? What are they going to do?
Ronnie threw 333. That was a lot, and still is a Hall of Famer, big time. I miss him. I miss his football chats. Well, first of all, Logan Bonner, is another example of a guy with tremendous potential, but is probably going to take half a season to find it, and the Stamps don't have half a season. So they thought they'd get a spark. It looked good at the beginning, and then he threw that pick in the first drive to, I think it was Luchez Purifoy, and after that, I think his confidence was shot, and he just didn't have it, and you knew it was going to be a process for him. So they go back to Jake. I had a great conversation with him today, and the first thing I said to Jake Mayer was, you have been a great pro, just like Vernon Adams, because that is very hard. I mean, this guy started how many games in a row for that team? Maybe 45? And to just all of a sudden, you're sitting down for this one. We're going to play this young guy that hasn't played at all. That's very difficult. But he helped Logan. He worked with them together in the room. Again, a situation where if the athlete who's going to be mad and going to be frustrated can bury that and say, I'm going to put the team first always, Jake is ready to play some good football. Now, you always get pushed when you know that there's a guy that can take your job. I'm not saying Logan Bonner is good enough to do that yet, but we've seen that Dave Dickinson is ready to pull the trigger on that if he thinks he might get a spark that way. So the other thing that, just to get for the full room, Matt Schultz is back and healthy, I believe, and so he will be able to dress as a number 2. So Logan Bonner might not even dress for this upcoming game.
Have you talked to anybody in Winnipeg about Jake Dorlagala going there now? Anything out of there, Glenn?
Yeah, no, not really. I'll get to them next week. I believe I have them, but they're looking for a true short yardage guy. I think when they don't want to have Zach involved with any of that, they want to have a short yardage guy. They know they can get 1 or 2. And then a backup young player that they're trying to develop. That's the way I would do it too. I would have my starter, a short yardage guy, and then the next one is the important one. He's 24, and he's the next guy.
I didn't mind Arash's hot take that maybe that's a spot where Bo Levi Mitchell ends up if Hamilton moves him here, because Hamilton's in the garbage.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm wondering how much Bo, and this is not inside info, so don't. I know we've been teammates.
We haven't been on the hot seat in a while. Let's put Glenn on the hot seat.
We're quoting Glenn Suter here. He's got a hot take for us.
Yeah, no, I wonder. I know Bo is looking at broadcasting. I know that that, when we talked to, and he was our guest in Grey Cup and helped us with analyzing the Grey Cup and that whole week and did a great job at it. I think the network thinks he could do a very good job, maybe as a color guy too in the booth, not just a panel guy. So, I think with him, with that on his mind, will he play beyond this? And if you're going to make a trade for a few games in the playoffs, I don't know. What are you going to give up?
Yeah.
To get a guy for 3 games and a playoff run when your starter's healthy.
I don't know if I asked you about this, but we're getting messages again, and just people wanting. And even if I did, you can mention it again because we're not going there. No one has the brain power to go through that again. About the bye weeks. And, people wanting to see these guys here and watching tape and getting everything done and all that, forgetting that they're human. They've made plans. Some of them haven't seen their families in a long time. I would say it's probably the norm, Glenn, for guys to kind of leave it alone for a week and go and recharge. Is it not?
Yeah, and I don't think they're completely leaving it alone. I think they are recharging. They are going to see their families, and maybe they are going to just enjoy life for a day or two, like a weekend, and then get back to watching. Everyone has the tablets now, and everyone can transfer the games to the tablets. They can break down the games into down and distance and situational football and exactly what you want to see. If I want to see every second and long as a defensive back, I can get that. So, they're going to spend a lot of time. The guys that I shouldn't say everybody, some guys are going to use a bye and they're going to go out and completely disengage. And I don't think that's the way to go. And I think the pro today is less inclined to completely disengage from the game for a week. It's too close. It's too fast. The athletes are too good. You have to be on your game. So this is the way I see most of them. The schedule is set because they're grown men and they need to make plans. And remember, Air Canada is going on strike. So you need to make plans, alternate plans. Well, listen, I hope they don't go on strike, but these guys gotta take care of their families and go and visit, and maybe the kids are you planned your kids' vaccination shots or something at the time of your bye so that you can be there helping mom out or whatever. So a lot of that is all timed out so that these guys can get that little time. But I guarantee you at night, because of how good the players are now and how close it is in the league, I think the guys at night are studying. They're working on it. They're going to the gym in the morning. They're working on their rehab. They're going to see a physio back in Texas or wherever they are to work on that knee that's been bugging them. All those things are happening even in the bye.
While you're giving the kid an immunization shot, why don't you shoot me up with a little something over there, Doc?
Give me a little something for this
well.
Yeah, this ache.
Okay, sideways here for you to finish it off. You say you still skate like beer league men's hockey, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have your own private dressing room?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Oh, see.
What rink do you play out of?
Wait a minute. Do you mean a special just for our team room?
Yeah. Like keep your gear, fridge, everything.
No, we don't have that. No, you have to bring a cooler with just Cokes and water bottles in them. Just all you put in the cooler is water bottles.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah. Great. So we everybody, first of all, our MVP of our team is the guy who handles the cooler the best. I find sprinkling a little salt on the ice on the top helps to really drop the temperature quickly. So when you come off the ice, you're good. I won a couple MVP awards for that. But guys, I play on what we call, on our team, we call the football line. I centered 2 guys that I played high school football with, are my wingers. And we score 2 games a year, and our goal is to be even at the end of the game. So we don't want to give up one. We're going to hustle. We might even block a shot, Can you imagine being this age and blocking a shot?
No.
Like, that's crazy. But
No.
Our team is great, and I love it.
No.
Yeah.
So because we're talking about private rinks, non-city owned rinks, where in Regina there are none. Everything falls under the city umbrella. There's been no private rink since 2010. Up in Saskatoon, there are 11 sheets. So one rink has 4. Then there's a couple of 2s. 11 sheets ice, not city owned. So then the one rink caters straight to 60 and over, 50 and over league, a 35 and over league, and there's one rink, 39 private dressing rooms. So these guys have TVs, ovens, like pizza ovens,
Laundry.
hot dog rollers, some laundry, and they keep their gear in there and they never have to take it home. It's like a clubhouse. Wouldn't that be? That's the way to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking we're talking a little bit of cashola there.
No, it's actually
really.
So it works out. The one guy that I talked to this morning, a buddy that does it, it works out to $20 a skate, and then the room is included.
Yeah,
I know. Saskatoon's doing it right, aren't they? Yeah,
that's outstanding. You can leave your gear, let it dry out. You can fill the fridge in your room with lots of water bottles.
Right? Yeah, lots of, what did you say? Pepsi and Tahiti treats.
Tahiti treats.
Yeah, all that stuff. All right, travel safe. Hopefully you don't get stranded anywhere this weekend, and then we'll regroup again on Tuesday.
Sounds good, guys. Hey, yeah, I'm shaving next time. This is bad.
It doesn't look that bad.
It looks pretty good.
It doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, you can carry it.
Have a good one, guys.
See ya.
You too.
Glenn
Thanks.
Suter, press coverage brought to you by Quality Tire, 9 locations across Saskatchewan. Let's take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll talk more about this rink fiasco and its NASCAR report when we get back.
Where's my hat? Get
Watching
my hat ready.
on X and on YouTube. And as always, we are on the home of the Regina Rams, 620 CKRM.
The all-new Sportscage is brought to you by Busy Bee Doors. Busy Bee will repair or replace your residential or commercial garage doors so you don't get stuck in or out. Catch the buzz. Busy Bee Doors, the garage door specialists.
The government just asked us to save the world. They'll do it. They've made a few requests, so they want you to bring back floppy disks, pet rocks, and they all want Glassers TV, your SaskTel authorized dealer.
Well, that last one we can do.
You don't want to miss a thing. That's why at Glassers TV, your SaskTel authorized dealer, they have so much to offer, like SaskTel wireless internet. Contact Glassers TV, your SaskTel authorized dealer in Moosomin today.
Hunt with an edge this season with the best gear for less from the Fall into Savings Sale on now at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Save $100 and scout better with the high-def optics of Vortex Crossfire HD 10x42 binoculars exclusively at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. And blend into your surroundings with up to $110 off select Northern Flight layout blinds. Bring out the hunter in you at the Fall into Savings Sale on now at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. See online for more details.
Hun, I'm starving. What do we have to eat?
Avoid the annoyed.
Western pizza. I really don't feel like cooking today.
Avoid the annoyed.
Western pizza.
I want lasagna.
I was thinking Caesar salad and garlic bread.
I had my heart set on chicken wings. Avoid the annoyed.
Western pizza.
Avoid the annoyed with Western Pizza. Big on toppings, big on taste. Dine in or take out. Order today.
Western pizza.
Down here at Heartland Livestock Moose Show, we're still selling cows and bulls every Thursday. As we get ready for the fall run, these calf prices continue to look very promising. Our first Charsim pre-sorted sale is September 24th, and the first red and black Angus pre-sorted sale is October 1st. These sales always seem to fill up fast, so make sure you don't miss out on the bookings. Make sure to check out our Facebook page and website for any updates. Don't be afraid to give us a call at 692-2385. Get top dollar for your cattle and get them sold at Heartland Livestock Moose Jaw.
Hey, Cal, what's with all the books and backpacks? And is that a Dukes of Hazzard lunchbox? What are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing? I'm going back to school. I'm upgrading, hoping to get an A.
I was hoping you'd get a AAA.
Wouldn't that be great? That's 4 times better than 1A.
So you didn't do well in math, I take it?
Yeah, had a problem with counting. Teacher always said no one could ever count on me.
Smart teacher.
So, since I'm going back to school, studying and reading and arithmeticus, or whatever, you'll need to unload all the new clothing.
Cowtown does have everything anyone needs for back to school. Shirts and jeans, boots to hats to belts, even lots of stuff for parents.
Well, looks like I'm all set for school. Off to class.
In town, out of town, for the best Western wear and fashions for any fall and back to school weather, it's gotta be Cowtown. Cowtown Canada on Facebook.
Cow? You're back too soon. I thought you were going to school.
I did. And as it turns out, when something goes on your permanent record, it's actually permanent.
What type of vehicle should you use for a fall hayride?
I bet you're going to be punny.
An automobile?
Ugh. Whatever type of vehicle you drive, fuel up at Sherwood Co-op gas bars.
As a member, fueling up means
sharing in the equity.
Buy a car wash or some snacks from the C-store.
It's like putting money in the bank.
You better believe it.
Sherwood Co-op gas bars.
We are members.
We are owners.
We are Sherwood Co-op.
The all-new Sportscage NASCAR report. Robin is Racing is brought to you by Croft Electric. 27 years of trusted, reliable home, farm, and commercial service for all of your electrical needs. Visit croftelectric.com and on all socials.
Are you going to wear that every time we do the NASCAR report now?
Yeah, I'm leaving it in here. It's going up on the shelf back there.
Croft Electric.
Put the hat on.
If you're watching on the stream, that's a nice lid.
It is a nice bucket.
I like the colors, and I like the lid.
I like the fit.
It's not too busy.
Danny's got to give me another one so I can actually wear it somewhere else.
Crofty did a good job. Hopefully he gets those done at Extreme Hockey.
I don't know where he got it done, but it's a good lid.
Okay, so last week, if you were listening, NASCAR report. Nice graphic, by the way, Curtis. Good job. I did my NASCAR pool, apparently.
Yes.
I owe Crofty $20 for.
I'm writing down who you actually have now for
you.
I'm figuring that out for you.
But I'm still in because it's 3 races.
So it's actually 10 races.
11.
Right?
I thought you said 11.
No, 10.
Okay, you lied.
It's first time today. 10 races. You pick the guys who are going to advance from the field of 16 to the field of 12.
Yep.
Then you pick, after those 3 races, you pick the field to 8 and then finally to 4.
4.
Right?
Whoa. The last race is only 4 guys?
There's only 4 guys can win the championship.
Oh,
everybody else is still racing.
I was going to say that would be awesome. If it was just 4 cars.
That would be pretty entertaining, wouldn't it?
Like a drag race.
It would be. But it's still entertaining because everybody else is still in the mix, right? So they're still trying to win the money. They're just not winning the championship.
So, okay, how are we doing?
Well, you're doing good. Joey Logano wins in Atlanta and guarantees him a spot in the field of 12. So
I figured that.
You had Joey in your team, so you're ahead.
I figured that. He had that look in his eyes.
No, he didn't. No. But it was a great race. Went to the playoff. Went to a overtime. Logano narrowly held off Daniel Suarez and Ryan Blaney for the win. So a big win for Logano. He now can kind of take it easy in the next 2 because he's guaranteed to advance, right?
He can mail it in, as I say.
He doesn't have to push hard into the corner. He can maybe go a little easy in the corner. But the surprise of the race was Kyle Larson had a bad crash. Like he blew a tire, went into the wall. But he also took out another playoff driver in Chase Briscoe. So those guys didn't get the points they wanted and maybe are a little further down.
Do I have any of those 2 guys?
You have Briscoe advancing. Yeah, that's a long shot. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. You like that name for some reason.
Yes.
On the bubble, after race 1, are Briscoe, Kozlowski, Harrison Burton, and Martin Truex. Truex had suspension troubles. He's a bit of a surprise to be down there. He finished 35th.
What, suspension troubles?
Yeah.
Like, what? Don't they check on this stuff before the race?
Apparently, they missed that in his pre-race check. Of course they check on that stuff. He took on a rock or something. Race 2 of the playoffs moves to the road course at Watkins Glen, New York. So a very different track than what they saw in Atlanta. This is a turn left and right, so they're not just going in one direction all the time. Team 2311 has brought 49-year-old Juan Pablo Montoya to drive in this race, and I have
He's an
no
Indy
idea.
guy.
Yeah, he's an Indy guy, but he has driven NASCAR. He has not raced in NASCAR in 10 years.
How old is he?
49.
He's like 2 years older than me.
Do you think you could drive in a NASCAR race?
Not with good suspension, yes.
The sponsor's happy. Mobile One's a sponsor. They're happy. They've been sponsoring Montoya for years. I don't expect him to be anywhere near the front of the field at the end of the day. Sunday, running well on the road courses is the Hendricks team. Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott. Look for them to be at the top. And if you want your long shot sprinkle, Shane Van Gisbergen. He's won 3 races in the Xfinity Series this year, all on the road tracks, and he was the winner of the Chicago Road Race last year.
Van Gisbergen.
The
I
New
like
Zealander.
that handle.
The New Zealander.
Watkins Glen it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just past Buffalo.
It's north of Elmira. That'd be west of Ithaca. I know a guy that used to bet on planes landing from Ithaca, old Earl Hafford. And then it's southeast of Buffalo. Okay,
Buffalo. Yeah.
Watkins Glen. Let's see.
Watkins Glen Sunday.
I need. Who do I need? Who's my long shot? Briscoe.
Briscoe's your long shot without a doubt. Yeah, he's already behind the 8 ball. He's got to run really well the next 2 races.
Speaking of 8 ball, I used to have a sweet 8 ball jacket. We have someone.
You mean like the one from Kramer?
Yeah, we have
or from Seinfeld.
Putty.
Yeah,
David Putty. Somebody texted in. I think I know who it is. Shink needs the jacket every time for the NASCAR segment.
We can bring it back.
If you were watching, no, it was hot. Did you ever find out what that thing was in the pocket?
Yeah, I'm not telling you.
All right, that's a NASCAR report for Croft Electric. If you want those fancy lights in your house, change colors and all that, Croft Electric does that.
Go see Crofty. Put the hat on.
You're not on the screen. There you go.
If you get the Christmas lights, Crofty will leave you a hat. I guarantee it.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
For every Christmas lights installation, you get a sweet Croft Electric hat.
If you're a
don't mind that at all.
Farmer, you've spent more on a combine to get a hat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you get the Christmas lights?
Are you anybody in this room right now UFC fans?
I don't follow it tight, but I do enjoy the.
Isn't it like a huge fight this weekend? It's at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Could be.
I can't pay attention, but I just saw them setting it up. That Sphere is unbelievable.
It is. I only saw it from a distance when I was there, but I can't even imagine what that's like inside.
Yeah, they're just talking about how it's like a huge fight. So I'm sure there's people out there right now rolling their eyes, being and I'm not UFC guy. I liked it when it first. Like the first few, like Hoyce Gracie, and there was no weight limit, and it was like the rules were just right out there. Ken Shamrock, it was
just a slugfest. It wasn't even like now they're in all these different martial arts and everything else. That was just a flat out slugfest. You just try to beat the other guy to death.
But then the guy the Hoyce Gracie, who knew how to grapple and knew how to chokehold and all that. They were so far above because these guys were going in, thinking it was a brawl at Confetti, as we used to work in Saskatoon, as we found out today, and it was far from that. No. And then you get them to the ground. I remember watching it. People probably have to remember the first couple UFCs. I was playing with the contacts. Somebody brought it to the dressing room at the old exhibition stadium and said, "You got to watch this." And I was like, "What?" So we watched it. And I'm like, there was one guy that was about, I don't know, he would have been 350 at least pounds, and he's fighting the littler dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this isn't going to end well. And the littler dude won. He knocked him. He knocked him down. People will remember this. He knocked him down, and then while he was down, I think he kicked him, and you see his tooth fly. And then this guy couldn't get up, so then the ref had to call it. But it was...
He lost a tooth, and that was the end of him?
No, he was in a vulnerable position. This guy was so big, he couldn't get up. So he was on the canvas against the mesh, and it was all over. Yeah. So I always thought maybe you would...
And if you want the more primitive version of UFC, it's called Rough and Rowdy. Have you ever watched that?
No.
So this is literally the North Carolina, West Virginia boxing thing, and you challenge somebody and then meet them at the ring and have 3 1-minute rounds.
I would love... Bare knuckle?
Yeah. No, they got to wear gloves. They're wearing gloves.
Because that would be right up my alley.
Oh, it is. It's like watching a train wreck. You can't turn away. It's ugly. It's like there's guys like 400 pounds in there and out of shape and trying to box and fight. And then they have a women's section too. One woman was the card person, and then she was in a match. It's a weird form of entertainment.
This sounds. There's definitely. I can't. I don't want to say it. I don't want to get in trouble in here.
No.
I totally backed off that. I'm like, nope, this isn't a podcast. Do not go there.
Do not add those words. Yeah, it's weird.
Really interesting. Anyways, so you got here's my guys.
I got your team. Yeah.
Here's my NASCAR. I did pick Pokey Reddick's boy to go all the way to the final.
You got Tyler Reddick right through to the end. Yeah.
Larson, Bell, Reddick, and
Blaney.
How's Blaney doing?
He's good. Blaney's doing good. He's having a good year. He's last year's champ.
Blaney is rolling.
Yeah. Drives a Ford, though. So
it doesn't. What does that mean? It's just,
yeah, they're all pretty much the same.
Are they?
Yeah.
What is it? Ford, Chev,
and Toyota. Those are the three that are in.
No Acuras?
Nobody's driving a Genesis or an Acura or a Dodge. They're out.
It's the all-new Sports Cage. If you're watching us on X and on YouTube, thanks so much. And as always, on the home of the Regina Rams, 620 CKRM.
If you want to optimize yields and profits, you need the power of PRS technology from Western Ag. An accurate measure of the soil's power to release nutrients, a customized crop plan, a complete understanding of the best crop options for your fields, and a network of professional agronomy consultants. That is the power of PRS technology from Western Ag, helping you grow more profit.
Go to growmoreprofit.com and sign up your farm for soil sampling. Discounts apply for new acres booked before September 15th.
3D wood signs?
Multi-layer designs?
Dimensional wood art?
Layered wood gifts?
Wood paintings?
Woody layers of awesomeness?
We're not always sure what to call our creations.
But when you need a meaningful gift to recognize someone who matters, this is the place to go.
Personalized pieces made in-house that celebrate the family, friends, clients, and staff you care about.
Sticks and Doodles, Regina's personalized artwork and gift shop. Now open at 2406 Victoria Avenue East.
Thanks, Regina. We promise to make you proud.
Fall is here and the water is fine. Water Vision Pool and Spas in Moose Jaw is your one-stop destination to relaxation. After a busy summer, the showroom is now fully restocked with hot tubs and accessories. In stock right now, brand new hot tubs starting at only $97.50. You won't find a deal like this anywhere. Once harvest is over, it's time to relax in your brand new Hydro Pool hot tub from Water Vision in Moose Jaw. Get in today while the selection is at its best. The water is calling. Maybe you should answer. Water Vision Pool and Spas, High Street, Moose Jaw.
In town, at the cabin, or on the farm. Only one rural internet provider brings you a whole home solution. Access Rural Internet now offers download and upload speeds up to 350 megs for one low price. Plus, keep entertained with Access Next TV Stream and keep an eye on your home and property with Access Rural Security, each for just $14.95 a month extra. Get more from your rural internet service. Visit myaccess.ca today.
It's been a long day. I don't want to cook. I'm going to surprise the family with a pizza night. I'll be a hero. My family might actually pick me up in celebration and carry me around the kitchen, and they'll chant my name, and I'll be celebrated until the end of time when I...
This isn't Western Pizza. I thought you loved us.
Don't pizza fail. Get what they want. It's gotta be Western Pizza. Big on toppings, big on taste.
And get it hot and get it fast. Western Pizza.
You don't want to move cows that don't want to be moved. Instead of trying to move the cows to the water, just install a Keln Solar Livestock Watering System. With a Keln Solar Livestock Watering System, you can put your pump pretty much anywhere without the cost of hooking up to the grid. Leave the cows where they are and move the water to the cows. Learn more about the Keln Solar Livestock Watering System at kelnsolar.com. Keln Solar, we move water.
Hello there, this is George Leith, Managing Partner at Harvard Media. I'm proud to announce that SaskToday.ca is now under local Saskatchewan ownership. SaskToday's team of local journalists are on the ground in communities across the province. We focus on local topics that matter to you: community news, agriculture, business commentary, local sports in our all-new Sports Cage, and more. Visit and bookmark SaskToday.ca and sign up for our daily news digest. SaskToday.ca, from Harvard Media, everywhere.
Stay connected with us any time of the day. Call or text us 306-936-6262. Driven by Capital Ford Lincoln, Saskatchewan's #1 Ford retailer. CapitalFordLincoln.com on 620 CKRM.
The all-new Sports Cage continues. You can watch our live stream at sportscage.com and always on the radio. Saskatchewan's voice for local sports, 620 CKRM.
If you're just tuning in and you weren't paying attention, or whatever, we've been kind of talking today about a number of things, and one was being the private hockey rinks.
Private buildings.
Not owned by the city of Regina. There's zero currently. Again, the rumors floating around that there's
Something in the works.
But
we're not spreading any rumors.
We are. I've bitten on that before. Not going to go there again. If there is, great. If not, and then I went down the rabbit hole this morning of talking to people in Saskatoon. I talked to Darren Schroe, who they own the Shore Arena, and it was a great conversation, and it was just so enlightening. With one sheet of ice, 39 private dressing rooms for teams. They run a 60 and over division that starts at 8 in the morning, and then there's a 50 and over league. Sorry, a 60 and over league, a 50 and over league, and then there's a 35 and over league, which my buddies play in. The one's got a pizza oven, they got hot dog roller, fridge, TVs, all that.
How do you decide what snack thing you're going to bring in?
Well, it probably goes around the horn, right? Like, one guy's in charge 1 week, another guy's in charge another week. I'd bring taquitos for the hot dog roller, something like that. Change it up a bit. No, it's great. And
difficult question.
What do you bring for snacks? Somebody texted in the Capital. Where is it? Capital Ford Lincoln text line, and they said Shinkaruk. And as soon as I was like, "Well, I'm in trouble." Cut out the middleman and build a cigar bar / men's club. Well, I don't get the cutting case. Cutting out the middleman.
Who's the middleman? It's going to be me now, is what the middleman's going to be.
I think the ice rink is the middleman, is what he's referring to.
There's a great example.
So he just doesn't want to skate. He just wants the bar.
Oh, okay.
That's how I'm reading it.
There's a lot of bars out there. He could probably find another one.
There's a great example in Halifax, just saying, doesn't have to be for old-timers hockey. Yeah, I'm not a big cigar guy, but I get it. And a nice men's club, some steamers, something like that. Like the old style country clubs. If you've ever gone to a nice country club, the old Minot Country Club before it was flooded, was unbelievable. That old field, and it had a really nice pool for the families to go, and then the golf and the men's club kind of, it was its own thing. So I don't mind it, but I'm not a cigar guy, but I'd go to the men's club for sure. And then we started talking about that. Somebody chimed in from Manitoba
about their
Brandon rink facility. If anyone's ever been there, and it's one sheet, and then it's got like a quarter sheet for skill development, I think, and then the one half is an actual. I'm going to try and pull it up here. Bar.
You're going to Googleize it.
So the Twins in Regina. Was Canlan, and it closed in 2010. It was like 3 years. I moved here. I played there. You would have coached there, right?
Yep.
What was that like for a facility like U of R?
It was as good as what was available at that time. You got to remember, we had played in the Ritchie and that setup before. We went over to the stadium, tried the Brandt Center. Of course, your second fiddle behind the Pats and everything that goes on there, so it was difficult for scheduling and whatnot. So then when they opened the Cooperators, that's where they went. Obviously, there was a good fit for them. Canlan was okay when we were good, early 90s. It was full. The rink was full. And the playoffs, you had to get there well in advance if you wanted to see.
JG Holmes Arena, that's what it's called in Brandon. I'm showing Sharky the videos. So it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Like once it gets more developed, it'll be nice. I hope they show the inside of the actual rink here instead of just the sport courts. Because I want to show you this bar setup, which whoever came up with that idea was fantastic. They're not showing the inside.
The reason they probably put it out there was for taxation purposes, right? What it costs versus in the city for that same amount of space.
I would think this J.G. Holmes guy owned that land.
Could be.
And then there's a new, I don't want to call it a subdivision or whatever, but out in there, and then like the facility, the bar. And then that led us to the story about the Cooperator Center over the last month, how it's been buzzing with tryouts and camps and lacrosse.
Tournaments and everything.
All that, and they're not...
they can't open the concessions.
I don't know if it's can't.
Won't?
I think it has to do with the union, is how I understand it. Here, look at this. This is a hockey rink, and then this is the bar behind it.
So is the bar at the end or on the side?
It's at the end. Here, this is a shot from the bar. Like there's no, it's outside. Like it's in the rink,
but it's at ice level.
It's absolutely.
So it's
at
not
ice
like
level.
At the old Twins where it was above. It was on the second story, or Co-op, which is the second story. This is right at ice level.
And I'm telling you, they have like those lights at the missus buys and puts up in the backyard, like from Costco. It looks like a patio, and it's inside of a hockey rink on the back end of the rink.
You mean those ones with the colored plastic on them?
Yes.
I love those.
It's not like Kim Mitchell patio lantern style.
That's what
but
I was
like,
after. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
This
Kim
is
Mitchell's
here.
Set up.
Look at it. Like it's in the rink, and then there's a bus. So like you figure 4 or 5 dads. This is exactly what we did. We sat here and guzzled while the game was on.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't a guy?
Yeah, instead of standing in the corner with a lukewarm hot chocolate.
So there's a number of rinks out there that...
What you're telling me is there's an option and there's something that somebody should be looking at in Southern Saskatchewan to add to the city. And I think, what we're seeing with ice time availability for what I'm going to call mature skaters, is that a good way to put it? Not youth, but mature skaters. They need a place that's going to be, that they're going to have access to, right? And not at 10:30 at night. That's just not a functioning time for people my age.
No, that gets old. But the other thing, too, is Regina, Saskatoon as well. We're not big enough, but I know guys, Calgary, Toronto, Vancouver. I remember when I was going to move to Toronto for my TV career, we were talking, the guy was like, well, when you can play in our league, hockey league. And I'm like, well, we'll be working nights. And it's like, no, our games are like from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. And it was a league.
I'm sure that's an option for
millions of people, right?
And then shift work and everything else. Yeah, right. There'd be options for people to want to do that. I do think there is an avenue for it. I do. Yeah. There is a need, without a doubt.
Okay, it's been a fun show. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Been a lot of fun. Curtis Colson, thanks so much. I am, I think, back tomorrow, so it'll be fun. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Some cool guys. Oh, you know who we got tomorrow? Matt Dominguez, former Saskatchewan Roughrider.
Nice. Yeah, good work.
It's the All New Sportscage. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm Dave Thomas, and it's time for the Blue Jays Report. For Short-E Generators, keep the power in your hands with an automatic standby generator from Short-E Generators, the standby generator experts. Another tough week for the rebuilding Toronto Blue Jays. The Jays dropped 2 of 3 games on the weekend to the Braves, and then they were outscored by the Mets, who won a pair of games in a midweek series at Skydome. The big takeaway, once again, was the play of pitcher Bowden Francis, though. For the second time this month, he took a no-hitter into the 9th inning on Wednesday. However, New York's Francisco Lindor led off the 9th with a solo homer to break it all up and chase Francis from the game. Jays manager John Schneider talked about another no-hit bid for Francis.
I thought we played great defense. We had some atom balls. Schneid's playing left, and he was getting a lot of weak contact. His fastball was really good. The velo was kind of hit or miss. But he was locating it really well and getting pop-up after pop-up. So I think the 8th inning really kind of just solidified it, quick 8th. And I don't know how many other guys lose a no-hitter in the 9th on a homer twice in one season, but he was outstanding. Pitch mix was really good. It was funny with myself and Pete kind of after the 6th. It's like, all right, here we go again, and you start kind of counting pitches and but just an outstanding effort from him.
In Wednesday's game, Francis's pitch count was much higher than earlier in the month. And we all remember the playoff game last year where the Jays skipper used metrics to remove Jose Barrios from a stellar pitching performance in Minnesota. So, was Schneider ever thinking of following the science to remove his young pitcher?
He was going. He could have been at 120 after 8. He was going. So, again, I don't like to mess with a chance at history, and it sucks for him that it's happened twice in the same fashion, and then unraveling quickly after that. But it was his.
And what about Francis? You'd think he'd be crushed giving up a no-no for the second time in a month.
He's mature. He's really, really kind of wise beyond his years, and I think he has a really good job of looking at the big picture of things. So I think he will take a lot of positives out of this, and he'll probably laugh a little bit at the fact that he's lost 2, in the 9th inning on home runs, but I just can't speak enough to how he's evolved and how much he's taken from this opportunity. It's just been so cool to watch.
The Jays will open a weekend series with St. Louis tonight at Rogers Center. And that's your Blue Jays report. For Short-E Generators, keep the power in your hands with an automatic standby generator from Short-E Generators, the standby generator experts.
Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball.
I'm Dave Thomas.
The Country Music Rewind with Colin Lovequist.
For a couple of hours, we're going to take you back to the year